About to go live, got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talk about, got soldiers ride with me. And they know I'm lethal, I got my reach. Said I was gonna get it. They gon' see, but they ain't gon' believe. Can't stop, I can't now. Hold on, let me get the breakdown. Train to go like a K9. I'm about to let my light shine. We piped up till the pipe down. These niggas selling pipe dreams. Baby girl, sweet as ice cream, and I need, you better believe. Sit back, look at my cheeks. Why you had to check my demeanor? Competition ain't free. I'm about to take him to the clique. They gon' get started depressed. Please not start no mess. These niggas petty, and I'm not impressed. I have him holding his chest, like he having heart attacks. Told you I'm hard to death. I know that they see it, but they don't believe. Look at him so misleading. 144, mission complete. We undefeated, you better believe. Fuck being equal, I'm getting equal. Drop a line note, like a bomb motor. Prepare for the fallout. One way solid, what you talking about? Me and my nigga bout to ball out. These little nigga better bow out. Tell him rank up, tell him fall out. I'm on my job, I can't call out. I'm in the wind, I want it all now. Don't give a damn about the track record, little nigga, you about to lose today. Look, I got moves to make. You can even move, you can get moved away. Choose your fate. Most of these fools, they fake. Ain't got a card to play. Nigga, ain't hard to break. It's gonna get dark today, like the rest of Sean told the hard way. Nigga, wait out of your league, please believe. About to go live, got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talk about, got soldiers ride with me. And they know I'm lethal, I got my reasons. I'm gon' get it, yeah. Know they gon' see, but they ain't gon' believe. Sick with it, now you know that. Fuck the world, I can't go back. Ain't no coward, I don't know that. Bitch, I'd rather take a toe tag. Run it up, you know I'm good to go. Work my ball, you know I'm good as gold. They want smoke, got revenge naked in my bedroom doing the Tootsie Roll. Big dog niggas, I'm trying. It's my time, you way out of line, way out of bounds. Oh, you ain't noticed the line. That on my flow is a vibe. I know it's gon' be stressed, I know it's gon' be pressure. Gotta stay focused. It's a cool word, baby girl. I should be a soldier, you should be my loaded. It feel like something controlling me, spirit take over me, holding me high with it. Believe me, it's over, look over my shoulder, and I see my soldiers and they ain't no play. Keep spitting fake, he real, but I'm realer. Fucking leader, I don't feel her. Fucking God, I don't feel her. Count his eye, I'm about to kill her. Wait, hold up, let me catch the rhythm. Okay, I got it, I'm ready. He crossed that line, he gon' regret it. No high rock, I rock it steady. Hope he keep it going steady. You better believe me. Certified, one west solid, it ain't hard to tell. Can't lie, this hard as hell. These people racist, nigga, better watch yourself. I'm getting this mail. Chasing them blue faces like I'm Gargamel. And I work too hard to fail. Lock with me, gotta guard yourself. You know why I keep it, they try to come get me, I'm squeezing, you better believe. About to go live, got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talk about, got soldiers ride with me. And they know I'm lethal, I got my reasons. I'm gon' get it, yeah. Know they gon' see, but they ain't gon' believe. Like that. Yeah.
Y'all know what we do. Y'all know what we came to do. Huh? You young niggas ain't tough. You young niggas ain't tough. You young niggas ain't tough enough. I don't think y'all really wanna fuck with us. I told you we no bitches. I'ma need for you to listen while I paint this perfect picture. We not Christians, watch your mouth. Have them angels in your house. And them people bring you out. Bitch, you know we got that power. And you know we not no cowards. Oh, you on that bullshit? Well, I'm on it too. Oh, you think I'm bullshitting? Wait till I get with ya. If I gotta go to ground, I'ma shut the town down. I ain't about to stop until I hear stand down. All you gonna see is a lot of men down. You dealing with the men of war. We at war. I sided with the Lord, of course, on one accord. We ain't never stopping now. You running now. All my niggas go to ground. We go to ground. You dealing with the men of war. We at war. I sided with the Lord, of course, on one accord.
our deal, let me make one thing clear. The Lord is the only man I fear.
We are not the same. No, we not related. I'm not stuck on living. Death is a vacation. My camp undefeated. You cannot debate it. You just want the clout. We just want the greatest. I'm just trying to get it. If not, I'm trying to take it. Give me that. I say fuck the devil. You think I'm talking Satan? One West in my blood. I'm a UPK creation. We don't give a fuck. You can see it in our faces. Got it out the mud. Straight up out the base. The world done made me crazy. The world done turned crazy.
You dealing with the men of war. We at war. I sided with the Lord of course. On one accord. We ain't never stopping now. You running now. All my niggas go to ground. We go to ground. You dealing with the men of war. We at war.
They know about
I
that
sided
shit.
with the Lord of course. On one accord. We ain't never stopping now. You running now. All my niggas go to ground.
144,
we go
nigga.
to ground.
You see me riding with them people I be sliding with. We take the truth, ain't no denying it. It's this fire I spit, I got that line script. I put that pressure on them, about to put extra on them. This how the Lord is doing you. Boy, I tried to warn you. We go to ground, I own your time, yeah. You wanna blaze, we in them last days. They tried to keep my niggas locked up in them cages, yeah. I'm in pages, yeah. In them scriptures, yeah. I'm gon' flip it, yeah. I got that shit rockin'. Got that bulletproof heart and spirit, yeah. Retarded with this Glock, I'm gon' give it to you. You with them niggas that's gon' go to ground. Take over and you know your place. Make no mistake, there ain't gon' be no trace. Ain't gon' be nothing left. Spit to my last breath. Boy, better watch yourself. I'm coming with lashes. Hey, leave them niggas in them ashes. I'm flowing like ashes. They killing the masses. It's cool, cuz when I meet the king, we gon' be masters. Yeah.
Don't claim to be a part of the quote-unquote Hebrew Israelite movement. The ISUPK, under commanding General Yahanna, we stand alone.
Okay.
We are not, we put that disclaimer on all our videos. We're not affiliated with no other Israelite group or organization because we don't believe the same thing they believe. Now, as far as the approach and yelling at white people, we do believe that every response is measured.
Okay.
So now when you see a video of somebody coming up and somebody's, just how you came up respectful, has anybody disrespected you at all?
No, and I'm glad I met you guys. Yeah.
Every response is measured. You know, if somebody came up and was disrespectful, they're going to get a measured response.
Okay.
You know, we're not a violent organization, but we believe in self-defense. That's our American right. I'm sure you understand that for sure.
Well, and the thing is, too, I thought, if I meet a group like I just described, I still wanted to go up to them and say, hey, guys, you know what? I looked into this. I know you guys are the real Israelites, but I think people are going to have a hard time listening to your message because of your approach. But
Get ready for an unforgettable experience at the Midwest Fire Weekend from August the 1st to the 4th. Join us as we bring together all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians under one banner for 4 days of powerful brotherhood and sisterhood.
I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived, they don't know how I did it. Got it out.
Day 1 kicks off with the Roundtable of Truth podcast featuring Captain of 13,000 Mauaquai. Also, we will be having a breakfast and sip event at 12355 Gratiot Avenue, Detroit, Michigan. Then, we will be having scripture breakdown with none other than 12 Shield General Muhammad from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Then later, we will be having game night.
finna break the spin. No kindness, I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets.
On August the 2nd, we will be having a street teaching and a food and clothing giveaway at the Detroit Transit Center from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Then you could join 13 Shield Commanding General Yahanna for a powerful discussion. Are demons real and are they among us? From 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. After that, we will be having late night activities at our bar on 21530 Gratiot Avenue. On August the 3rd, we will be visiting the Charles H. Wright Museum from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. And join us at the Action Impact Gun Range from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. We having an album release party at Flood Bar and Grill for none other than Captain of 13,000 of Clyde Abaraya. Then, last but not least, we will be having the 7th annual Midwest Barbecue at Chandler Park from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. This is not like any other barbecue you ever been to. Bring your children, bring your family and friends. It's free food and it's a safe environment.
It's rolling on it. What is it?
Also, get you a room at our hotel for special rates. Book now for a comfortable stay close to all of the action.
Purchase your tracks today.
Support the Midwest Fire Weekend by donating to our GoFundMe. Visit the GoFundMe link in the description or scan the QR code to make a difference.
Boston, it made niggas regroup. Had to shed light on the false image. ISUPK whole court. Now who the fuck won scrimmage to?
We getting ready to have a Midwest Fire Weekend.
The ISUPK Chicago coming at you once again to let you know about the Midwest Fire Weekend.
Came to speak to you about some events we're having in Detroit, Michigan. Fire Weekend, Thursday, August 1st to Sunday, August 4th.
Inviting all single blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians to our Midwest Fire Weekend.
And you know what it is. It's that time of the year again. It's the Midwest Fire Weekend, hosted by Captain 13,000 Marquardt, August 1st through the 4th.
Real ISUPK Kentucky here to invite every so-called black, Hispanic, and North American Indian to the Midwest Fire Weekend, Detroit, Michigan, August 1st through the 4th.
Tune into the Midwest Fire Weekend from August 1st to the 4th.
Don't miss out on this incredible event. Join us for the Midwest Fire Weekend from August the 1st to the 4th. Visit www.isupk.com or scan the QR code for more information. Get ready for an unforgettable experience at the Midwest Fire Weekend from August the 1st to the 4th. Join us as we bring together all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians under one banner for 4 days of powerful brotherhood and sisterhood.
I ain't show no mercy. We gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel. I got time to kill. Haters thought I died. I survived. They don't know how I did it. Got it.
Day 1 kicks off with the Round Table of Truth podcast featuring captain of 13,000 Mauquai. Also, we will be having a breakfast and sip event at 12355 Gratiot Avenue, Detroit, Michigan. Then, we will be having scripture breakdown with none other than 12 Shield General Muhammad from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Then later, we will be having game night. On August the 2nd, we will be having a street teaching and a food and clothing giveaway at the Detroit Transit Center from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Then you could join 13 Shield Commanding General Yahanna for a powerful discussion. Our demon is real and are they among us? From 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. After that, we will be having late night activities at our bar on 21530 Gratiot Avenue. On August the 3rd, we will be visiting the Charles H. Wright Museum from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. And join us at the Action Impact Gun Range from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. We're having an album release party at Flood's Bar and Grill for none other than Captain of 13,000 Akkad Abaraya. Then, last but not least, we will be having the 7th annual Midwest Barbecue at Chandler Park from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. This is not like any other barbecue you ever been to. Bring your children, bring your family and friends. It's free food and it's a safe environment.
If only know that what is it?
Also, get you a room at our hotel for special rates. Book now for a comfortable stay close to all of the action.
Purchase your tracks today.
Support the Midwest Fire Weekend by donating to our GoFundMe. Visit the GoFundMe link in the description or scan the QR code to make a difference.
Boston, it made niggas regroup. Had to shed light on the false image. ISUPK whole court. Now who the fuck won scrimmage to?
We getting ready to have a Midwest Fire Weekend.
Then the ISUPK Chicago coming at you once again to let you know about the Midwest Fire Weekend.
Came to speak to you about some events we're having in Detroit, Michigan. Fire Weekend, Thursday, August 1st to Sunday, August 4th.
Inviting all single blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians to our Midwest Fire Weekend.
And you know what it is. It's that time of the year again. It's the Midwest Fire Weekend hosted by Captain 13,000 Mauquai, August 1st through the 4th.
Real ISUPK Kentucky here to invite every so-called Black, Hispanic, and North American Indian to the Midwest Fire Weekend, Detroit, Michigan, August 1st through the 4th.
Tune into the Midwest Fire Weekend from August 1st to the 4th.
Don't miss out on this incredible event. Join us for the Midwest Fire Weekend from August the 1st to the 4th. Visit www.isupk.com or scan the QR code for more information.
From
Yeah, but
How about
you're looking slightly cooked, slightly rotisserie. That son was jerking, barbecuing, and slow boil charling a nigga.
Man,
I don't know who offend the son, but he had to take somebody to counsel that. He can't go around being that angry all the time. That ain't good for health.
Cap, I believe it's Biden and Trump's fault.
It got to be
global warming. You know what I mean?
It got to be. It got to be their fault. It got to be. You know, it's just too much Alzheimer's for one presidential seat. It's just too much Alzheimer's. You know what I mean? So we're back again Saturday night, pulling down for Command General Yahanna, hardest working man in Israel. He might pop on through tonight, so y'all stay tuned. You know what I mean? And we're gonna go into a few of them stories. Of course, you know, between the presidential debate and LeBron, I don't think nobody else had any more room to do nothing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only thing that could trump that is an alien, you know, on video. Alien, if they catch an alien on TikTok, they're gonna break the internet. They catch an alien in Walmart or something. He be self-checkout with the spaceship outside. That's the only thing to break the internet now. Because between the two, yikes. Oh, shit. Yeah, I mean, what's going on, Kahan?
How about them?
What's going on? Kahan, I know you have something to say about these them two idiots there.
Oh man, I got to see some of the clips of the debate. I didn't watch it in totality, but the term "black jobs" is floating around. A lot of memers and streamers are using that term "black job." Where do I find black jobs, etc. So all these, you know, it's a lot to unpack from that debate, man. But man, I mean, the writing is on the wall, or I say the American flag.
Yeah, it's definitely it's crazy. It's crazy. I think the from what I was watching at first and then listening to, it seemed like Trump holding back until that other debate. That's what it seemed like. It seemed like Trump holding back until that other debate. He ain't bring up nothing about that crime bill. He ain't talk. You know, he ain't really press the race card with Biden as hard as he could. I really think it seemed like two of them holding back anyway. But if they ain't get Biden a pint of blood by September, it's gonna be a pile of powder in his suit to come for that debate. You know what I mean? There's gonna be a pile of powder.
Khan, if I could, I don't see how people. I don't see how people can have any type of confidence in him, and knowing all the with his age and his mental state. Like, come on, man, y'all just. It really kind of lets you see that seat can be not as like used as a tool. You know what I mean? Like he's being there used as a tool. He don't have all his wits. So I don't see how you're gonna trust in that.
He don't have his wits. He don't have his its. I don't think there's anything he have. Yeah, but he do know how to kill though. Right. If it's one thing he can do is execute. Yeah, I mean, go ahead, Swap, please.
Yeah, and even as this campaigning going on, you know, in America, in the Caribbean, a lot of again, because we on the verge as well having elections next year now. So now down here now there's right off what taking place in America. So it kind of patterning
what taking place, over there. And this is what set the tone here now in Trinidad now for what taking place over there concerning the elections here as well.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead, Cap.
If I could, piggyback on what Officer Swat just said. It's the same thing going on with in the war in the East and what's going on with Ukraine. Zelensky released a statement when it was there, I want to say 2 days ago, that he said he's getting ready. He's trying to finalize measures on ending the war with Russia. So you know what I'm saying. So all these things is like I said, everybody's watching to see what administration or regime is going to take the so-called White House. So it's more they're looking at those figureheads, those candidates, but they're also looking at the system, the political system that's behind them, the machine that's behind each candidate. You know what I'm saying? Because both of them are in age. Joe Biden definitely his barons are not all the way there, but he has a machine behind him. That he has an agenda. The Democratic Party has an agenda, and of course the Republican Party they bend the knee to Trump. You know what I'm saying? So that's his party now. You know what I'm saying? Wholesale. So like I yield.
Yeah, definitely. It's the world election because even UK right now, UK election is July 4th, and with them it's the country is split. Again, it's a race issue. It's get rid of the immigrants. But of course, they're talking about the Eastern Europeans, the Asians. What they call Asians, we'll call East Indians or Pakistani or Palestinians. But just from history, they'll campaign like that. But who actually feels it is going to be Benjamin and the 12 tribes are over there. Because it's the same thing with Tony Blair. It's the same thing with Boris Johnson. It's the same thing with the I forget the woman who was there, the old woman who was dancing like this with the Africans. I forget her damn name. It's the same thing with them where they was talking about the Eastern immigrants, but they deport all Benjamin. They deport all West Indians, old grandparents and stuff. So it's a tricky situation, and I think everybody is jostling for positioning themselves for who would be the new world leader. Like it's a gamble now. Everybody who have election before, it's a gamble now because now you had a win and you still had to appease the beast. So like what you saying, America is a beast no matter who is the pilot. It's still a machine. It's a beast that devours and destroys. So whatever your political stance is, you're gonna have to have policies and bend over for the World Bank and the IMF. It just depends on how much you're doing.
Right.
That's really what it is. So this, again, the election is a big issue, and Zelensky probably get word that we ain't get because he said he want to end the war.
He said he working on finalizing. So he didn't say if it was going to be a peace or what, but he's saying, you know what I'm saying? They want to. He don't want to drag it out too much longer because, I mean, this ain't looking too good if his candidate that he want that's been sending that money not going to be in there because I believe Trump may switch up a whole different curveball on him.
So all them Uber trips to the White House, that ain't mean nothing. Then that all them 3 a.m. Uber trips to the White House. He ain't holding on. I think he heard Trump's speech. Trump said he said Putin know not to mess with me. Putin takes so much land from you all. He said, look how much land he took from your territories. He ain't take nothing from me. Right. Me and him, but he knows not to mess with me. Listen, I'm in the office. Up in that office.
Yeah, so somebody in the Oval Office forget to change Biden battery. Somebody forget to put that Duracell in the background. the part ever ready or so. Some, you know what I mean? Some generic brand to put in that man background. Because that man, did you all see the end? When his wife had to come and hold his hand so he could walk down the steps like a
Right.
2-year-old child.
Oh God,
brother, that didn't look good.
Concert.
Which Len, you know, he not running the country.
Right.
He's not running the country. Somebody else running it.
If I could too. Oh no, go ahead, Kazak Salak.
It's like Cap Slack, if I may too. And I thought what you said is because I'm just being on TikTok, I'm trying to keep my ear to the social media streets. And this is the first time where I've seen Black people really feel like there's no hope in either candidate. And not just Black people, but even oppressors, where it's like a lot of people immediately after the debate, they were saying this was a failure for Joe Biden. And they say that because they said this debate was set up for Joe Biden it was in favor for him, like how they had 2 commercial breaks. They said they never had a debate where they had 2 commercial breaks. It's just 90 minutes all the way through. But they had to have 2 breaks for Joe Biden. Normally, they keep the mics of both candidates on. They cut Donald Trump's mic while Joe Biden was speaking each time, so Donald Trump wouldn't say something and distract Joe Biden. And like you said, this cat right here, me and Officer Warren was talking earlier. And if Donald Trump was really wise and crafty, he would have played into this. Like he would have said, shame on the Democrats for having a man up here in this condition. Like, Democrats have no compassion for the elderly. Like he could have really played into that and highlighted how grimy the Democrats are. Because like Captain Ayathak said, clearly this dust ball is not running anything. Like I think he probably has help when he goes to the bathroom. Like it's that bad. And so like Captain Ayathak was saying, there's somebody else behind them. And like Captain Shaka, I mean, you said it before. Yahanna said it. Biden is a company man. Best believe he has the machine behind him, and that's what it is. Because he's not capable to make any decisions.
It depends.
I heard it was Kamala Harris' husband. Kamala Harris and her husband run the shit.
That's what Commander Yahanna was saying. He's a good old company man, and the whole facade of him being geriatric and Sleepy Joe and all that is so that he could execute more efficiently. You know what I mean? But listen, y'all had to understand the oppressor. Trump can't go up there and have compassion for Biden. They can't say he can go up there and do that. And if he even say that, he'll be disrespecting a whole section of the voting populace, which is the elderly. He can't. He had that shit real, like a frat, a fraternity type thing, like just dissing each other. And it's like Trump really dissed him. He tell him what he tell him
this is what he tell him that was real bad. He's
Go
like I don't know what you just said, and I'm sure you don't know what you just said.
I don't know what he said either. Listen, he called him the Manchurian candidate. Brother, that there, come on, man. Like, if anybody has never seen that movie Manchurian Candidate, there's 2 versions. There's a newer one with Denzel Washington. It's old now. And then there's the original. But that there, brother, listen, I thought Obama was the Manchurian Candidate, but this one here, Joe Biden, yes. I think that's exactly what was going on.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So, Lassie,
please.
If I could, and let this be a moment for a learning moment for a lot of our people out there when it comes to politics, even on a geopolitical level. Let this be a lesson, because a lot of our brothers in ISUPK, we go to these town hall meetings, and there was one that happened not too long ago in Atlanta. And shout out to ISUPK Atlanta, I'm saying, the brothers out there. We having the barbecue coming up this upcoming weekend. But you know, shout out to them, man. You know what I'm saying? Hosting that barbecue that's gonna be happening. But in one of those meetings, one of the constituents, I guess a council member, whatnot, asked members of the ISUPK, do y'all vote? And that's what, and see this, when you look at these type of situations, you have to learn to understand insanity at its finest. Vote for what? Do we vote? Okay, vote for what? What are we voting for?
Right.
Like, you want to ask us, do we vote? Vote for what? What has voting got us? What we already have? Well, I don't need to vote. What are we voting for? That is not how we are going to get out of this situation. You cannot vote your way out of hell. You understand? And then furthermore, and these same Black Uncle Tom Negro politicians, they said nothing about Black media being excluded out of this presidential debate. How many of you know that there was no Black media present? None. No Black media was allowed to be present during this debate. None.
Damn.
But you want to vote. Don't talk to me about voting. You understand? You understand? You got a lot of these politicians that when a bill hits the floor, guess what they do? They abstain from voting. Just because we so-called march for the right to vote, that's the right to vote and the right not to vote. We're not a slave to a vote.
That's right.
You understand? Trying to make us a political pinball in these political debates when it was a goddamn shame.
That's right.
If the American public, everybody saw it. The whole world saw that debate.
That's right.
It's a lot.
You're right, Kahan. Because brother, you watching that, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? These men, they, how to put it, Black, like white men really in trouble. They're in trouble. You understand? Because if there's the two representatives they have, brother, they're in trouble. You understand? Because and these are people focusing on a lot on too, like fact checking. Who the rat's tail care about fact checking? The both of them lying.
Yeah,
the both of them are lying. You want to fact check Donald Trump? Go fact check. What's his name? Sleepy Joe. Go fact check him too and see what you're gonna find. The both of them are lying. You understand? Now, this is a question you have to ask. Within that hour and a half or hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours debate, what have they done for Black people? What are they going to do for Black people? That's the question you're going to ask yourself. You understand? That's the question you're going to have to ask yourself. Because within all that long debate, they said, what have they said they're going to do for Black people?
Exactly.
But I hear the blaming the so-called immigrants, right? No sweat. You're blaming the immigrants. The immigrants coming across here and taking the Black jobs. No sweat. Is that why the oil and why the gas is so high at the gas station?
Right.
Is that why the food in the grocery store is so high because of the immigrants? Is that the reason why? Or it's because you all taking this earth into hell,
right?
With you all, you understand? Which then is show you, go fact check them and see who really is the problem in the country, and you'll see is white men who love wars.
Yep. And Cap, I don't know if you remember, a few weeks ago, maybe a couple months, we did the story from is it Yale or Harvard? They did a study, and it showed that immigrants are 60% less likely to commit crimes.
Yes.
Than natural-born citizens.
Yes.
They said, in fact, the immigrants are more likely to be model citizens than natural-born citizens.
Yeah.
So you know that whole thing there right now, they're just reciting old rhetoric language for what is an old game right now. I don't know how much further America gonna really run in terms of politics with the elections and stuff like that, because we in a time of war right now. So whoever coming in, he's gonna have to be a war man, and at the same time not willing to send every single young person to war. Like he like a fine, but almost like a Putin. You're gonna need an American version of Putin.
Yeah.
So you see, Putin is like, I ain't trying to send these men to war, but if you want it, you could get it. Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna need something like that and a strong showing, not old jibber jabbering type thing. But this thing here, I mean, the two of them old, but I cannot see they're gonna have to do something to Trump to stop him, because if September come around, he's coming, fully equipped. Fully equipped, and Joe is going to be stammering more and more and more. And I don't know, it's already going to be a hot summer. These oppressors is out here showing their behind way more than they was doing it back in 2016 or 2015. They're showing their behind even more now.
Yeah,
it's like they really there. And don't forget, they're going to do their mass movement to the capital again.
Yes,
they're going to do it this time for sure.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And I wouldn't be shocked too if it's on a large scale, meaning they go to every not just the Washington, but in every state they go to where the lawmakers are.
They coordinated.
You understand what I'm saying? Because I mean, they asked Trump several times if he's going to accept the laws. He's not accepting our laws right now.
Wow.
He's not accepting that, and them people, you understand, them crazy, you know what I mean, oppressors, they all the way with Trump, because that's the whole movement, as you were saying, Mashak, in the earlies, with Europe falling after America, and the whole thing with Europe right now is everybody gravitating to their own people.
Yeah.
And whoever is not in the country, they want out, and whoever the leader is that is striking that flame, they're going for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's why that French president also too. He could be out of office also too, because the dude he running against is pushing for other people to get out of the country, because things getting real hard, not just in America, but throughout the whole entire earth. You understand? Food wise, you name it. You know what I mean? Expenses going up. So guess who you know what I mean? If you're Caucasian, guess who you're not blaming? You're not blaming yourself.
Exactly. But,
You know what I mean?
France is a different beast, though. Macron was the first one to jump out there, and he been broke and panhandling, long ago. So France better learn from England. You cannot get rid of the immigrants who holding up his society. England did that Brexit thing, and they took the UK, they took part of the UK out of the EU. And brother, England went into a whole high demand for certain skilled work, because a lot of the immigrants was the drivers, was the people in the factories. A lot of them was there, and the same jobs they were saying that the immigrants was taking, the white British people couldn't even qualify for it. They couldn't even qualify for it, which is why you could go and pull the stories up. You could Google it. Something simple like truck driving, the salary tripled because they didn't have drivers.
Wow.
They was offering all kind of 60 and 70 grand starting truck driving, because all them Albanians, because of Brexit, now you can't just work like if it's part of the EU. You have to go get work visa and all that type of shit. So they had to leave. And it left voids in the society. And France been poor and suffering forever, which you know what I mean? So I don't know how he gonna separate from the immigrants. It's down here like a what do you call it, them symbiotic relationship. That's how they say the immigrants is the parasites. You remove the immigrants, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Cap. I'll go after you.
Go ahead, Kapaz. You good?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say, speaking of France, they have all those rebellions of their colonies right now. The Burkina Faso, and the Niger, and the Mali area. They rebel and join Russia, and those were big money makers for France. So it's a lot of trouble upstairs in France, because it's like, hey, you're not running the empire right. You letting our colonies go.
Yep.
So
France kick no immigrants out. I'm trying to tell you. that Eiffel Tower will be on its side. It'll be laying down. It'll be laying down on the promenade. It'll be laying down sideways. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's absolutely crazy. I mean, I definitely want to go watch the debates again. I watched most of it, but I want to hear certain points because Trump, he definitely made it a point to not answer the questions and say what the hell he want people to hear.
Yes.
And listen, people can say what they want, but that's a man who's trying to win. Because he not going there in defense mode.
Right.
He's not going there to be like, throw your best shot at me, I can answer. He campaigning. Remember, they stopped his campaign for about 6 months with this court case.
Yeah.
When he opened his mouth to talk now, it ain't going to be on your behest. He going to say what the hell he want to say.
Exactly.
Yep.
And he's really campaigning out there. Go ahead, Cap.
No, you're right. He has the momentum right now. Ain't no doubt about that. And then the optics. You know, people look at the optics, man. I mean, there was one president in the United States, I forgot his name. He had polio. But the cameras would always take pictures, or they would always put him have him in a strong position. Whether an angle, or they made sure he was standing, or or if he was sitting down, his wheelchair was covered or whatever. They always they focus on the optics because they know that in this country, any major country, you want to signify strength,
right?
When you especially in a time of war.
Right.
So these things they pay. I mean, and imagine with all the technology they have now, they couldn't do nothing with the optics with this one because they can see a slow but constant deterioration of this man's health and his mental capacity, his speech, his dialogue. You have people that study body language that look. There you go. You know what I'm saying? Like he had a ailment or disability, but
that's Roosevelt. I think Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Okay, and they made sure to have him like the photographer. Like they only would publish certain photos.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't publish certain where he's like leaning over, or they would prop him up and all those different things because they wanted to symbolize or project strength in the nation. You know what I'm saying? And that's that failed. They dropped that on the ball. And I'm even hearing listen to some of these political pundits. They saying behind closed doors the Democrats are panicking. They have an emergency meeting. They trying to say, okay, that didn't look too good. Okay, we got to scramble. We got to try to, we got to pull a rabbit out of the hat now. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they do.
So listen, it was a trick bag. It was a catch-22 because if Biden did not show, because I believe he was not. They were saying he was not going to do the debate. Then he said, nah, he gonna go ahead and do it. If he didn't show, it would have been all flags raised. He's too weak. And then he do show, and it proved he weak. Like this was he in a rock and a hard place. He can't get away from it right now. He absolutely cannot get away from the whole thing, which is why he probably conserved so much there and ain't talk too loud. He ain't expend enough energy. But he might, keel over in September trying to win. Because I know in September, Trump is not going to come to that debate how he came there. Trump was very civil. Come for him. You know what I mean? By his standard. He ain't call nobody no names. He ain't mock nobody. And you know what I mean? Like Trump, how he usually operate. He was super respectful.
Yeah, he was poised.
Yeah, that's the word. Trump said, I know your golf swing. I've seen your golf swing. It's horrible. I was like, listen, man. It got to be true because Sleepy Joe starts stammering. He's like, I got a handicap 4. I used to be 6. I was a 6 before, and then now I've brought it down to. He start fumbling. It's rough. It's a rough situation. But this is the Democrats' fault. They ain't playing for strength. They're playing on reputation and what's the word I want? More, like the comfort, the ease of taking it for granted. That's the best way. They're taking it for granted. The black vote will always be the black vote. They're gonna always have the seniors. They could do the little gimmick nonsense, and that'll be that. What the strategy Trump came with, they had to go charge him to stop. They couldn't combat him politically.
Right.
That strategy they came with, it was straight out race. And the Democrats don't want to touch race.
Yeah.
So
They don't want to. Go ahead. So that,
what you said,
go ahead,
it's like my bad. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, did y'all see Biden's face when Trump called him out and told him, I believe it was you who used to call black people super predators.
Oh, shucks.
Okay, he said it?
Yeah.
I missed that. That's what I'm waiting to hear. Hold on, he ain't pulling out the super predators. I didn't know he pulled it out. I was waiting.
They listening to the talking points. See, everybody, that's one thing about social media. You can get every talking point. You able to hear every talking point about every social group or racial group in America. And they using it. They gonna spin it. They know black people said that about Joe Biden. So they said we can use this. Let's add this to our arsenal. And he gonna use it. I didn't even know that. No, that's heavy.
And not only that, Captain Kahan, what you said is so true. This is how you know he got our talking points and just hearing from what black people saying. Because after he said it, he then followed up and said, "Black people, they haven't forgotten that, you know." He's like you were the one that called us super predators. Black people, they haven't forgot. They're still upset about that. But I want to say too, Captain Kahan, to piggyback off what you said earlier. The first, this is how bad Joe Biden did, and they're not going to really express it publicly. But just from me studying a little about these debates, the first televised presidential debate was between JFK and Richard Nixon. And they said that Richard Nixon lost simply because he was sweating profusely. And they said that created an image of trickiness. And that's where he got the nickname Tricky Dick. They gave him that slide. They gave him that name. They gave him that name. But they said because he was sweating so profusely, it swayed. It was the first time Americans got to see the candidates debate on person and on TV. Before it was over the radio. And they said because of that, the Nixon campaign was not prepared for how detrimental the optics would be. And they said it literally changed the entire trajectory of the election, and he lost because they said from that moment on. So like these presidential debates, the whole point of like the show of strength and how they did FDR, they did it with Kennedy too, because Kennedy was sick a lot of times too. That whole everything matters. And Joe Biden, his optics was terrible. Like immediately following debate, the Democrats even admitting to it like that. Yeah, this was a failure tonight. This was terrible tonight.
Right. So, can I pull one? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Cap.
No, I just going to say this. This is just my theory behind it too, right? In my opinion, I really think the set him up. That's how I look at it. Who the Democrat, whoever behind Joe Biden, set him up because they want to get rid of him.
Look at his I think like he paused shop.
No, yeah, because they know more than likely they're not going to win. But if they waited until September, it would have been too late. You understand? So why not put him out there? Because remember, Trump didn't call for this. Biden side called for it. That's why everything was, was going for him. You understand? So everything going for you is like, I tell you, let's go on a duel, and I tie your two hand behind your back, and I, 3 step backward. And I, until you pull, your hands tied. You know what I mean? So basically, they made it so that Biden will go in there and look strong. They try. You understand? But I really believe they set him up because they don't want him on the ballot. They do not. But he's so proud. They coming out that he's extremely proud and he doesn't want to give up the seat.
No, Cap, it could. I hear what you're saying, and you might be onto something because okay, it could very well be that the whole case with Trump with the felony, they was banking on him not being around to contest the seat.
Yes.
And you know, the fact that he around now they had to play. They just have to play ball. And you know, they're in a trick bag now. So now they have a few months to come up with the next strategy. But I see exactly what you're saying. Is damn near like, no, okay, we show them where Biden is, and maybe Kamala go out to step up. Or who's his running mate? The FDR dude? Not FDR. It's not Kennedy. It's one of them.
Newsom, or it's one of them. They're trying to. They're gonna have to put in place for him.
It's Trump who's trying to get Newsom, if I'm not mistaken. But they're gonna have to pull in. There's some politician who was backing Biden. I'm getting name for you just now. If they might have to use him and Kamala Harris. You know what I mean? Hold on. Okay, no, the Kennedy Jr. is with Trump. Who's the one that backing Biden? Hold on.
So, like, when you get a chance, Cal, I wanted to pull a scripture.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go.
Can I get Exodus chapter 17 and Exodus chapter 17 verse 11?
Why do brother getting that? You'll notice Obama staying far from Biden. When he was holding his hand all along, he would appear to back him up and give him strength. Try to remember, he would always make an appearance, always back him up, be right there. Obama ain't nowhere to be found. You know what I mean?
He did put a tweet. Is his wife is the one staying clear of the family for moral issues. The wife don't want to deal with them because of how Hunter dealt with the ex-wife. You understand?
Who wife don't deal with who? You mean Michelle?
Michelle don't want to deal with the Bidens. That's why she is not doing no campaign for them. Nothing.
Brother, you forget Michelle was a lawyer. You think she's stupid? Michelle practicing social distancing. That's what the hell going on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, come. You got the scripture or warrior?
Can, sir.
Go ahead, my brother.
Can. The book of Exodus, chapter 17 and verse 11. And it came to pass when Moses held up his hand that Israel prevailed. And when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed.
Right. So this is a war between Israel and Amalek. And Moses stood up on the mountain, and when he held his hand up, they were prevailing. When he let his hand down, Amalek was prevailing. Keep going. Yeah, and this right here is the significance of strength in leadership. You understand? Keep going.
But Moses' hands were heavy.
You see that Moses' hand, he was tired of holding up his hand. So look at what they did to help Moses hold his hand up. Keep going.
And they took a stone and put it under him. And he sat thereon. And Aaron and Hur stayed up his hand, on the one side and the other on the other side.
You understand? They held up. You know what I'm saying? He had their support. You understand? They didn't let his hands get weak. You understand? This is what you always got to remember in leadership, as far as being in charge. Like see what happened is nobody was there. The optics once again was against Joe Biden.
Right.
Before, the Democrats had the court of public opinion because of all the convictions and so forth with the federal cases and so forth for Trump. You understand? But this is what they did for Moses. One was on one side and one was on the other. You know what I'm saying? They made sure that he was strong. They made sure that he stood in his position. Keep going.
And his hands were steady until the going down of the sun.
You understand? And and Joshua and them discomforted Amalek. Why? Because Moses had that support. You understand?
Right.
Even though his hands were weary, he had that support, man. And you can clearly see with the Democratic Party that, you know what I'm saying, they don't have Joe Biden, he don't have their support. You know what I'm saying? It probably in the back office, but as far as public opinion, after this whole situation, man, he done lost the momentum and it went to Trump. Make no mistake about it.
All right.
I yield.
Yeah. Listen, I'm looking for this video here just to back up what you're saying, brother, because hold on. I hope I could play this. Give me one. Yeah, go ahead, please.
If I could, I was gonna say, and then not only that, the job of the so-called presidency. I remember they was doing comparisons to people who, when they first became in office to when they left. They did Obama's picture when he first came in to when he left office, and it showed that his hair turned gray all over. He got real aged and weathered because obviously you're making big calls and it's a stressful job.
Right?
How is they going? I mean, just bringing that out. Like, okay, Joe Biden, how's he going to last 4 more years stressed out over this type of stuff? I mean, Putin might as well, you know what I'm saying? Putin might as well make all the moves he wants. Shit, he need to go run around the world now if they put Joe Biden back in. So it's bad luck for them.
Putin needs to come run for this election. I bet he win. At this point,
That's right.
At this point, I bet he win. And I just was the video here based on what Kahan was just talking about. Like look at this. This is the support he need. He had to find his foot to come down the stairs at.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there, boy.
And listen, they did that strategically because they couldn't have like a man up there because it will be obvious that person is there to support him. So they bring his wife on stage to hug him because that's his wife, that's his baby, and of course they're walking down the stairs together. You get the point? No. But she's really there to make sure that he don't break a hip.
Yep.
So he ain't moving right at all.
I'm telling you.
They were smart. They would have just had the elevator just drop. They just come up from the floor. The elevator where he ain't got to go down those steps. They just drop down and then they come up, kind of like how they do them concerts. You know what I'm saying? Or have a revolving door or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You got to get crafty if you're gonna try to be. You know what I'm saying? Show some strength with this thing, man.
But it look like a breeze gonna trim down with. Somebody blow on them and he gonna be on the floor.
I don't think he gonna make it in the I think between his age, the super predator and that Hunter Biden situation, because that shit ain't over. Because how you gonna call black people children super predators and your son is the predator? He's the predator. And listen, Trump ain't really talk about that just yet. He really going. That's why I say September is going to be something else. It's going to be something else.
Yeah, he did, but he bring it up as I say.
But he
bring it up to say daddy's a criminal too.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. But he ain't really go into the thing.
Yeah,
because I'm sure Trump knows shit we ain't know. Trump knows shit on that computer that the media ain't put out. Yeah, I mean, he know that inside circle talk. Yeah, I mean,
right.
He know that talk. He know who the lawyer. He know whatever. You know what I mean? And listen, this is the surprising part too. Biden brought up the prostitute. Trump just said, "I'm not had sex with no prostitute," and that was that. It was over. It was over. Biden couldn't even nail it to the wall.
Yep.
It's rough. It's rough. Because I like you.
And for those of you that because I understand my people, you know, Commander General Yahanna has trained me to be able to read and understand Israel as much as I can, and my limited knowledge. I know many black people and Hispanics watched that debate, and you had a soft spot for Joe Biden.
Yeah.
You understood that this is what was happening with him was wrong. Let me remind you. All you have to do, somebody already did it. They did a comparison of Joe Biden's speeches and debates over the years. And Joe Biden was a very, what's the word he saw? He was snive, a very snively devil in his younger years. Like he was very, you could tell he's still arrogant, but he was very arrogant, very snively, very condescending. And it's like, it's almost the Lord is like shaming him in front of us. Like we've seen him go from the man that passed the crime bill and talked about the schools where our children went were racial jungles. And now he can't even remember left foot, right foot. It's like the Lord made it happen where we seen his decline. Let this be a lesson. Joe Biden probably would have never thought this would be him, like in this condition. And all the people around him. You should remember that for America. America is Joe Biden and its youth. Joe Biden was full of power. He was respected across the aisle. That's why Barack Obama got him as vice president, because they said he was the only person that was respected across the aisle because he was a career politician. Joe Biden had strength. He had power and influence behind the scenes, and he was very arrogant. And then long behold, we're watching in front of our eyes his weakness. We're seeing his shame be uncovered. This is America. This is a microcosm for America. America, you don't ever think that you're going to fall. And just like we're watching Joe Biden and his shame, we're going to watch the same thing happen to America. And we shouldn't feel sorry for it. We shouldn't feel no type of way. This is just this is justice. This is not this in a sense, but this is part of it. Like this is part of him right here. He very, and even that whole side smile he do was like a sneaky, cocky devil smile. I done seen it many times in Esau military. That side smile he do, it rubbed me the wrong way. So like it, but that might be me.
No, you're right. Because remember, I think he has a chip on his shoulder because I think he's the second youngest senator to ever, get into that position. He definitely has a chip on his shoulder, and he's a real, like almost like that type of firecracker personality that Esau like. That rebel, like Tom Cruise and Top Gun, where they train him to fly one way, but he had to fly the other way. Yeah. And he's gone home. That was him in his youth. That was him in his youth. That's why he wrote that crime bill so rough. Because the crime bill, by any standards, was a rough thing that happened. But the way how he was just standing on it and going, and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that, and like you saying, because to see him there in that position, and this is the rough part. The worst is yet to come.
Right.
So can you break down that crime bill thing? Because it's running from my memory.
All right, let's see if we could get it. This was in what, the 80s or the early 90s?
94, I believe, sir.
That's the one I think where he mentioned if you had a quarter, either crack or whatever, you was going to get a certain number of years in prison. You know what I mean? And that's why everybody was, was trying to say, well, what's going on with his son? Because he get held with more. They know he been doing more than 25 cents. You know what I mean?
And isn't the crime bill where they get the 3 strikes rule come from?
No, that come from Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, I think.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It came from the wording in the crime bill.
Yeah, that's the same. Okay. That's that, sir. The disproportionate sentencing and between crack and cocaine, the 3 strikes, the mandatory minimum sentences, all that was within that crime bill. So his brothers in prison still today because of mandatory minimum sentences and the quote unquote 3 strikes. Like that crime bill increased the incarceration rate exponentially.
And I bet if you look at the history, that's probably the time where it started to have more interest in these privatized prisons. That shortly after, if you do the history, there was, more movement to get these private, privately run or private something with these prisons. So this ought to be a whole,
It doesn't matter whether or not the person that is accosting your son or daughter or my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents. It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth. It doesn't matter or not. We must take back the streets. It doesn't matter whether or not the person that is accosting your son or daughter or my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents. It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth. It doesn't matter or not whether or not they had no background that enabled them to become socialized into the fabric of society. It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to not.
Brother, the thing he just said there, as you saying, Kazab, is the Lord returning judgments on him? Because if it doesn't matter, then Hunter should be under the jail.
Yeah,
right.
It don't matter. It don't matter the background. It don't listen. I'm gonna get the tape made. We had to overlay this tape with Hunter Biden with all the charges right next to him.
Oh
yeah. The audio of this tape with different pictures of Hunter Biden, whether it's in with the suit on, whether with the crack pipe in his mouth, with the gun, and then like half the screen with the pictures rotating, and then the other half with all Hunter's charges. Because what he's saying here is damn near like all this was for his son to go to jail.
That's a lot.
Go ahead, please.
And he's basically saying, let the ends justify the means. You know what I'm saying? In most cases, if you're gonna put it like that, but once again, that's how you look at when you're dealing with insects and infestation. You just want to exterminate. You don't care about what's causing it. You don't care about, and then the Lord is poetic. He's poetic in his judgment. His judgment is poetic, man. And you're seeing this more and more. And the apple don't fall too far from the tree.
Yeah.
Right? Look at Joe. Yeah. You think he didn't have any political backdoor deals that were illegal? You think these politicians don't have any inside traders? A lot of them own stock in some of the major companies. Yep. Some of the laws they pass for companies that have big in stock market. They get shares in that. And all of a sudden, before a company crash, they selling their stock. They get out before they the first ones to get out. It's so bad that some people say, don't watch Wall Street, watch the politicians. If you know where that share is going, it's gonna signal what's gonna happen in the market because they're getting inside information.
Right.
So all these things, once again, you're dealing with corruption at the highest level. You know what I'm saying? But now it's starting. Remember, the Lord said He's gonna shake the heavens, and when you start shaking things start to fall.
Right.
Cracks start to happen. Leaks start to happen.
That's right.
That's what is happening in the American government. That's why there's so many leaks. They can't even contain where the leaks are coming from now, because His house is full of traitors. So, I yield.
If I could, sir.
Right. Go ahead.
And what Capcom says so heavy when he says that the Lord is poetic, because when I look at Joe Biden, it's such a metaphor for America. Like he still wants to rule, but he's finished. He still wants to rule, but you could look at him and tell it's over. And that's where America is at. It's not just Joe Biden. America is finished. And anybody still putting faith in America, in the end, you're gonna be so embarrassed when your house shot shows up. And you're gonna have to justify which one of these devils were you choosing over him. And it's gonna be very embarrassing for Israel. I mean, throughout to the ISUPK for keeping us out of that embarrassment, so that we can see clearly and know that this has nothing to do with us. This is America falling, and it's just showing. So
and they're definitely listening to UPK because Trump said in the debate that he's gonna lead us into World War III. I have to take a deep breath.
Cass.
I'll tell you, he said Biden is going to lead us into World War III. I'm like, both y'all, nigga.
Hey, look, talk about beating the algorithm. I mean, boy, the truth. Let me tell you something. This was so heavy about the truth, man. And this is why we must keep our foot on the gas. Like the young brothers say and the young sisters say, all gas, no brakes. You know what I'm saying? We running premium. You know what I'm saying? We running premium all day, all night. Keep your foot on the gas. Don't worry about it. Look, they trying to shadow ban all that. Trust me. The Bible say they're gonna go into the gates of the nobles.
Right.
That means that they're gonna bypass the algorithm. Got a little, they trying to block us here and there, but after a while, it's going to be on CNN in the debate. What you're saying, you know why? Because what we are saying is coming from the Lord, and it has the most substance out of everything that we're saying. That it goes across the aisle. It goes to the left wing, the right wing, because the truth is centered. That's what people don't understand. The truth is centered. That's why it's balanced, and both sides are pulling from the truth. They don't want to pull the whole truth. They'll just pull enough truth or bits and pieces to prove their point. You understand? Right. But they're both going to be confounded. So, like, I yield.
Yeah. It's that time. You know, I will play a little bit more on the crime bill, and then we could get to Brawny. We could go to Braun down.
Knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons. So I don't want to ask what made them do this. They must be taken off the street. That's number one. There's a consensus on that. Unless we do something about that cadre of young people, tens of thousands of them, born out of wedlock, without parents, without supervision, without any structure, without any conscience developing, because they literally, I yield myself 3 more minutes, because they literally have not been socialized. They literally have not had an opportunity. We should focus on them now. If we don't, they will. Or a portion of them will.
Man, he was in the house with his son, and his son still turned to crack. You are a failure.
Right.
You are a failure. You understand? You don't care where they come from, what happened. Your son had the best life, and he still turned to crack.
That's right.
You understand? You are a senator, and you grew up a crackhead. You are a failure. You fail the country, and you fail your family most of all.
Listen, I'm gonna go out on a limb, and just like how Bronny Jr. learned basketball from his basketball playing father, Hunter Biden learned about that crack pipe from his crime bill writing father.
That's right.
He learned about those substance abuse drugs from his crime bill fighting father. He learned about lying in a gun store on the background check, which is a federal charge, from his father. He learned about frolicking with gangs of prostitutes and orgies and stuff from his father.
That's
from his daddy. That's where he learned from. If it is that's the case, because he said they haven't been socialized. So what has Hunter been socialized in?
Exactly.
Joe? What has he been socialized in?
Exactly.
Yeah, they probably get their first blast together.
Exactly. Tax free.
Right. First tax-free blast together right in Delaware. Where the family house is.
In the basement.
Not in the basement, in the backyard. On that patio table. With one of them expensive ones with the damn with the umbrella you get from Lowe's or some other. No, they don't shop at Lowe's. They shop at Pier 1 Imports. You know what I mean? And they line that thing up and get blasted. And get up and say, "Woo, son! One day you will be president like me. One day."
Yep.
You know what I mean? They mad at LeBron when George Bush's son got to be president.
Yep.
There's the nepotism there, and this is the messed up thing about it. He wasn't the one that George Bush Sr. wanted.
Yep.
George Sr. wanted Jebediah. That's his name. A good old Southern white Baptist KKK name, Jebediah. I bet his middle name got to be Mordecai, like Shirley Corn. He wanted Jebediah to be president. And Jeb couldn't sway the public.
Yep.
He couldn't do it. And W had to come in there. So what are we talking about nepotism? What are we talking about? LeBron did any father who loved his son do.
That's right.
Pass on his passion to him and make a space with him where I work. Any father would do that. Every father in any job, once their son turn a certain age, is like, yo, you want to come work where I work? I could get started. And the pay is good. The pension is good. The medical is this. They got dental. When I started, we didn't get dental, but shit, you coming in now and you young people, that's what happens.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
And to, I don't think George Bush was so much qualified either. He was like one of the most, dumbest, if not, the dumbest president they ever had. You understand? At least, was it Brony? I don't know how good he could play, but shit, LeBron is the father, so you're getting the best training on the planet. You know what I mean?
That's assuming a lot, Cap. That's assuming a lot. I don't know. That's assuming a lot. Listen, Michael Jordan had a son too, and all. That's assuming.
I know.
Magic Johnson has a son. The Magic has a son. Dwayne Wade has a son. That's assuming they're getting the best anything out. But one thing we know, Biden has a son and he getting the best crack. The best heroin, the best hoes on Capitol Hill. He gets a that's one thing he getting.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Good.
And okay, just to see that there are people, blacks and Hispanics, that's upset with LeBron, shows that we really don't understand how real life operates. Like America was built through nepotism. Like the forefathers of this nation were criminals, and all the wealth and power was passed down by these oppressors, putting their sons in position to carry on the legacy, whether they were qualified or not. And like that, our concept of, and like I said, because we've been slaves in this place, we don't understand how power is ascertained and how it's maintained. We don't have that concept. And because of that, we look at LeBron, and really basketball is frivolous, right? In the grand scheme of things, basketball is frivolous. It means nothing. But right. I can understand that people watch it and it means something to them. And because LeBron now, they believe is showing favoritism, nepotism to his son, you think that's a bad thing when every industry. I remember my pops told me when I was younger, he went to school to be an engineer, but he wanted to be a welder so bad. And he said at the time that welding industry was controlled exclusively by white men. And then they made it so hard for black men to get in because the devil, the oppressors, was passing it down to their sons.
Right.
And so like they would come in, and my pops telling me he would have to have white boys half his age, his supervisor, and they weren't qualified. He had to teach the supervisor on how to do the damn job, and they were only in that position because they were the boss's son. And so, like I say, we don't understand how society really works. This is how it works. What we should do it. We should absolutely show nepotism. Salakia.
Yeah, because you know what I mean, it's almost to the point like black people don't understand like inheritance, like they don't understand justice. You understand? Like certain things we don't. We always tell we kids, well, I work hard, you ought to work hard too.
That
You know
is the most backwardest thing
You
ever.
understand?
And that I guarantee you, if we go back to the root of that statement, that should come from the plantation.
Yes.
That should come from the master telling, some loyal buck that see John boy, see what you got now. You got a cottage, you got a horse, it's an old horse. You could go see a woman anytime you want. See what happens when you work hard. Make sure your children work hard too. I guarantee you it come from that, because ain't no way you telling me I build a foundation and build a house and just pass the house to my son. I had to tell him, well, I built this. You had to learn what it is to build. You had to go build a foundation. So in essence, in the race of race, that's why it's called race. Each time we have a child, they had to go back to the beginning.
Right. So
there's no continuity. Oh man.
So like, if I could, Cap.
Can
I pull a scripture? I want to pull, if I can, I want to pull Luke chapter 11, verse 11 to 13. And it's so heavy. It's sad that the Lord got to use sports to get most of our people's attention. But I'm happy we having this conversation, because what Kazak Ahmad said is very important. Black people a lot of us didn't even know what the word nepotism meant until this whole situation with LeBron.
Right.
But they didn't even understand it. Now they're looking up the definition of this word and so forth. But that's why this is important, because it's how you understand power, and how power, like he said, is maintained and transferred. You know what I'm saying? And how this country and any other country, that's where you get the word dynasty from. You understand? Right. It's passed down from generation to generation. If I can get this scripture, my brother.
The book of Luke, chapter 11 and verse 11. If a son shall ask bread of any of you that is a father, will he give him a stone?
Now listen, man. Is this Christ speaking? Is this He's saying, read that one more time if you can, my brother. I think a lot of people don't understand something.
The book of Luke, chapter 11 and verse 11. If a son shall ask bread of any of you that is a father, will he give him a stone?
So he's asking, if your son asks you for bread, will you give him a stone? Go ahead.
Or if he asks a fish, will he for a fish give him a serpent?
Keep going.
Or if he shall ask an egg, will he offer him a scorpion?
Go ahead.
If then, being evil,
now this is important. This is important. He said, if then, being evil. So let's just say you an evil person. You an evil father. Go ahead.
Know how to give good gifts unto your children.
Say it again.
How much? Salakia?
Repeat that part where it says the gifts.
Cancer. Know how to give good gifts unto your children. How much more shall your heavenly Father give the Holy Spirit to them that ask him?
Look, man, this is a heavy point, man. When you want to talk about nepotism, man, like he's saying, even if you were the evil father, you're gonna give good gifts to your children because they're your children. And a lot of this is coming from when you look at online, and I've been noticing this about a lot of our brothers and sisters. A lot of us are speaking from a place of pain.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? We like it's like you're speaking from a place of hurt, because a lot of men, they didn't have fathers.
That's it. That's
you understand? A lot of men, they don't, and a lot of, you got some brothers that may not be active in their children's life or whatever the case may be. But a lot of it is coming from a place of pain. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like this brother here, he became successful. He has an opportunity to put his son in a position. Now, are other players better than him? Yes, in most cases. But he has an opportunity to put his son in the best position. And
That's it.
any of you would do that. Any of you would do that. If you, even a wicked would do that. We just went over George Bush.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They going to every species try to put themselves in the best position when it comes to their offspring. You understand? So, like, once again, the reason we had this kind of mindset because of this integration nonsense. Once again, this whole equality, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, and quote unquote what they say, equity and all so forth. You've been duped, man.
Yep.
You understand? If we would practice nepotism when it comes to our people, guess what? You will be stronger.
That's right.
But the problem is we not doing that. We ain't doing that. You understand? Of course, any father, why? Because now the son or daughter won't have to work as hard. Why? Because they have access to their parents' network, their connection. When you see a store that said Goldberg and Sons, that's nepotism.
Come on, man.
That's business, but it's their business.
That's
The mothers, and I'm gonna tell you, especially in the South, some of you Negroes in the South, you shouldn't be saying nothing about you. The word nepotism shouldn't even come out your mouth because you care more about a black man in the NBA with nepotism, and you don't care nothing about the nepotism that's going on right in your county in the South. Politics. The judge, he's the daddy. The mama, the son is the sheriff. The mama is the city clerk. Like, are you kidding me?
Right.
Like, you don't. So now you care about nepotism now, really? I think your energy is well misplaced, brother.
That's right.
I think your energy is well misplaced. You know what I'm saying? If you looking at this and your whole life got to be about how to make the NBA fair, what about the nepotism that's going on in the back office in the management? You understand? Jeannie Buss, that she got the Lakers from her father.
Exactly.
You understand? You know what I'm saying? She don't play basketball.
Right. Probably never.
What? She gonna run the goddamn Lakers. I bet you that much.
Yep. And listen, she understands it. That's why they co-signed bringing him on.
Yeah.
She understands that whole thing. And if I could, let me just say this for you Christians out there. If you Christians, especially you black Christians, you black, Hispanic, and Native Indian Christian, if you have a problem with this, I understand why you really don't believe in Christ. Because it wasn't Christ got the crown from his father. Joseph, who was the king. You understand? He got it from Joseph, who was the king. That's the only way he could be king, that he would get it from Joseph.
That's right.
It's passed down. So now, if you have a problem with this, you can't love Christ. You can't want him to be in charge because he's in charge because his father was the king.
That's right.
Christians, brother, they think Christ ain't wrong because he was just a separate special man. He had to come from that line.
That's right.
That's a
He
lot.
had to come from that line. So now, LeBron James, damn near, you could arguably say is the king of the NBA today. Why his son can't go in there and play?
So like,
go ahead, please.
And Cap, they only, and this is what I don't understand. Like, the barrage of it is coming from, like, okay, because I'm telling you, man, like, we have a serious psychological problem when it comes to us being, getting the advantage. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's almost like, okay, like the white Esau and other nations can do it all day. You never hear nobody complaining about that. You never hear nobody on the news saying this going on. They getting the upper hand, and it happen on your job all the time. We see it. So when you get a chance to get in that position, that's a lesson. That's a hard lesson, but it's a lesson to learn. When I get in a position, I'm going to put my family in position. I'm going to put my race in a position.
That's it.
It can be beneficial. You understand? And listen, he did that even with his agent. That LeBron did that with he put his agent in a position. He put a lot of the people he went to high school with, that he played on his team, he put them in a position. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the goal. I mean, otherwise, guess what? We're gonna be subject to these other races, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then to compound that, I raised you one. Then they marry into other wealthy families. Like when you look at the Dark Ages, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? They married into other, like for one, they keep their bloodline in power. Then they marry into another bloodline or race or a group of people that's in that race for the maintain power. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know nothing about being an Asian. Now he's the most powerful Asian in the NBA right now because LeBron James put him through school and everything. I believe. You understand? Like if you want to, how you gonna talk about generational wealth if you don't understand nepotism? Let's just start there. Because I'm tired of everybody online talk about accountability and generational wealth, but you don't know what comes with that. You just using what you just Googling and you regurgitating words you don't know. You don't understand what it means to have a dynasty and a legacy. You understand? Can I get one scripture if I can, Captain Sharp?
Yeah, please, Anchor, if I could, while the brother pulling the scripture, you could just call it out for him and find it in the meantime.
Come. Romans chapter 3, verse 1 through 2.
If I could, pulling it. Like, it's coming down to the whole root of this. I'm seeing a trend where you talk about black men and their children and the whole thing. Even Biden was talking about it. All these talking points about nepotism is really, you're echoing the oppressor's arguments. Just like it's damn near like women's liberation, how black women like to talk about being oppressed and women's lib. That argument is not our argument. That was the white woman's argument. And we done buy it over. This nepotism talk, that's really them. We didn't have a problem with that. We didn't have, in our society, we didn't have a problem with that. In fact, that was our way of life.
Exactly.
Hey, how old is that boy now? He finishing school? Man, tell him come on down if he wants to start a job this summer.
Exactly.
Send him over there by Auntie so-and-so. She gonna put her up. That's how we would always do it. Either you get your own son hired or you get some friend's son hired or some brother's son hired. That's how we always operate.
Exactly.
But the underground, the underlying thing here is a hatred of black men. I want to go into it after Kahan pulled the scripture. Because no other race, this is a problem. No other race, this is a problem. But black men have to take the charge for not being in the house and then take the charge when they build a house. I'm going to pass it to the son.
That's right.
It's like, you do and I definitely want to go into it. Go ahead, Cap, please.
Cap, what you just said need to be in the echo chamber on full repeat what you just said. You get blamed for not being, man, that right there need to go on a t-shirt. What he just said right there is what, like, you can't win for losing since we're talking about a game.
Come on, man.
You can't win for losing because if you win, then you're blamed for how you won.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you lose, then you're just being a loser. Like this, we have to, like, once again, like Captain Shock said, this is coming from a place, a lot of it is from self-hate. You understand? This scripture right here is going to, you want to talk about nepotism? We're going to go into see what the Lord says about nepotism and dealing with our race, our inheritance. Go ahead, brother.
Come. The book of Romans chapter 3 and verse 1. What advantage then had the Jew?
What advantage? You know what nepotism is? Giving your family members an advantage. Putting them in a position where they can thrive. You understand? What advantage have the Jew? You know what I'm saying? What advantage? Keep going.
Come. Or what profit is there of circumcision?
With the circumcision, like a covenant. You know what I'm saying? We were circumcised, man. Why? Because we come from a specific family.
That's right.
A specific bloodline. You understand? The circumcision was our first rite of passage. You understand? As a child, a young boy child. Go ahead.
Much every way.
Say what?
Much every way.
So what is the Lord saying? What is the scripture saying here, man? That the Lord is giving us the advantage in every way. He's setting us up for success. He's giving us the tools that and giving us the advantage. You understand? Do you think God don't deal with favorites?
Come on.
can go. We can do this all day and night with the Bible.
Right.
The Lord has favorites, and
Right.
His favorite is His people.
That's right.
You understand? You can call it nepotism, or you can call it supremacy. But this is how the Lord deals with His seed. Go ahead.
Chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of God.
You understand that? Chiefly, meaning mainly, because what? The oracles were given to us. You understand? The Lord gave it to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and that bloodline does not change. You understand? It does not change. You understand? So these things are important, man. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, a lot of people don't really get it, man. But I mean, this is how you get established. This is how you do it. You want to put your family, and guess what? A lot of you got put in that position. A lot of you, you know, goddamn well you wouldn't pass no drug test. Guess what? Somebody got you in the door. Some of you brothers was locked up. You were felons. But guess what? You knew somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody.
That's right.
And they got you in. Now, is that nepotism?
God, listen,
I'll helping you out.
Listen, you touch on something there heavy. Everybody liked the movie Power. Everybody liked the movie Power with Ghost and Tariq. You don't have a problem with Tariq becoming a damn mastermind criminal, murdering drug dealer like his father. Ain't that nepotism? Ain't he making his way through? Everybody watch it every goddamn week. Everybody love it. It's selling out. But somehow when a man do it in a way that's literally achievable with some hard work and dedication, just automatically triggered to hate it.
Yeah.
55th. He ain't make no points. There's other people who work harder and blah, 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 blah. Yes, I understand that. And in every draft, in everything, there's always somebody who deserves it.
Exactly.
There's always somebody who, when I say deserves it, meaning if you look at it, it'll be like, okay, that person really should have been, you know, there. Some other circumstance happened. That always happens. But to see something like this, with that type of power, he didn't draft his son to, you know, give me a bomb team, a real old bomb. Just, you know, where's the team in DC? Wizards. Wizards in the arc. That just getting blown out wherever they go. He draft his son to the Lakers, brother. Damn near the face of the NBA arc.
Yeah.
You know, the historical teams, brother, up in there. Now, this is not going to change black people's situation. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying we should celebrate this like this is the coming of Moses and, you know, this is not that. But you should definitely not fight you should fight the urge to attack this brother. You should not attack the whole thing. That should be not celebrated. Because this month they draft the Negro League stats into the Major League stats. You better go read on that Negro Leagues.
Exactly.
You better go read about them Negro Leagues. You better go read about what black people carved out for ourselves when we had to be separate and these children to work in. You better go about that. So for this man here to stand in this thing and listen, he held off retiring, held off, and say, and my goal is to play in the #1 basketball league with my son. And he did it. And his son is not a drug dealer. Right. His son is not he ain't raping nobody. He ain't Hunter. Like, what more do you want? What more do you want? You hated LeVar Ball. He talked too much. You did see that 3 niggas in the NBA. 3.
Right. Everybody count.
Salaki, go ahead.
Nah, Salaki, man, what you're saying is so heavy because this nepotism stuff here, really and truly, what destroyed it in our community is integration.
That's right.
Understand? Integration destroyed it, and now to the point whereas this whole nepotism talk is because once black people wake up and realize who they are, they're going to take nepotism to a different level. You understand? They're going to take it to a different level.
Right.
all the oppression that we under, we see in that nepotism as something negative when it's not negative. You understand? Why you looking at something? Why you don't, you know what I mean? Like the kids. I thought the children is the future. I thought that's what he was trying to tell us. The kids are the future. What you teaching them? What you leaving for them?
That's right.
The insurance man come to sell you insurance. What he telling you? We leaving for your kids.
Right.
We're leaving for, you know what I mean, for your loved ones. You understand? Why don't tell your insurance man, nah, I ain't leaving nothing for him. When I dead, bury me with the money. With the check. Yeah, bury me with it.
No. Let him work and get his own insurance.
Yeah.
He needs to know the value of $1.
So like it, Cap.
Go ahead.
If I could, man, and listen, and look, our whole life we always been told. I understand on some level where y'all trying to come from out there, the naysayer. We always been told that the best candidate should receive the job, right? We always been told that. Mm-hmm. And every moment in life, you saw that not to be the case.
Right.
Every moment in life, you saw that. See, once again, the Lord is using this to break us out of the sleep. You understand?
Right.
It's like I said, they use so they hate the player, hate the game. But look, we on the wrong court. That's the problem. That's why you're not winning. We need to start to carve out a section for us. The Bible says a good father will leave his son an inheritance.
Right.
The Bible is full of inheritance. It didn't say, of course, they ain't gonna. This son may not know what the father know, or may not understand his skill set and so forth. But he's putting him in position. He's training him. He's getting him in the best position possible. And that is what, once again, integration made us think like this. Because before, if your father was a bricklayer, that's how trades got passed down. Like Officer Gazaka said, trade. Your father, your great granddaddy was a mason, and you look at man, all his 3 generations were bricklayers.
Right.
They was carpenters and so forth. They learned that skill through their fathers. Why? And what did that make them do? That made them a master carpenter. That made them a master bricklayer, because you had 3 or 4 generations of that in his family, and that is how he began to know the ins and outs. He can lay bricks, in his sleep.
Right.
You know so these are things that, that you have to understand as far as how power is established. And I'm glad we're talking about it now, because now the Lord is going to put us in the game now. Now we're going to start, the more we have these conversations, because remember, you didn't want to talk about nepotism in politics. You didn't want to talk, you didn't care about it.
That's right.
You didn't want to talk about nepotism in business. All you want to do was get a job. But now the Lord is showing you about ownership.
That's right.
He's showing you now. And now you see it in action. And he had to use, the Lord he'd be using things like this. He used LeBron James just to get you upset, to say it ain't fair. Man, we men. The Bible said the saints gonna take the kingdom.
That's right.
All that man talking about it ain't fair. You're gonna get dunked on. Stay out the
Listen, this is what they're missing. This is what they're missing. LeBron been giving brothers careers. Maybe I'm saying it in a way that brothers might take it as a disrespect. But LeBron been opening the door for a lot of brothers on teams he was on because of his power. So he opened the door for his son. What do you think his son gonna do in 5 years? Right. You talking about other young boys not getting opportunities. That nigga gonna demand certain men get contracts.
Right.
You know what I mean? He gonna demand it. Let me just get these 2 comments in here too. This is he said, wouldn't these Asian restaurants and Arab gas stations be an example? Brother, you hit the nail on the head. I know you are not gonna remember, brother, coming back from Delaware, boy. We coming back to watch the TV after camp, and it's what we getting tonight: Popeyes or Chinese food? Popeyes or Chinese food? Brother, I love Chinese food. I ain't gonna lie, like that fried rice, Lao Ming, the General So, whatever. Hunter's like, I don't want nothing from them, and I would never understand why he wouldn't get no Popeyes. Brother, some time passed, and the little Asian kid that was sitting in the restaurant doing homework took my order. And that was the last time I ever went. That was the last time. They wasn't grown, but it was grown enough. And I was like, I'm telling this child giving them money so they could feed me. That ain't happening.
That's right.
That's what happens in our neighborhoods. They just pass it on to the children, and it's or the money they use and get a new one for the child to go manage. So that ain't nepotism there.
Yeah,
right.
And to add to Cap, I don't know if you could get a picture of LeBron and his son, and then get a picture of Biden and his son. None of y'all gonna cry and say the reason why Hunter ain't going to jail is because of Joe Biden.
That's right.
Y'all ain't gonna cry because of that.
Right.
You understand? Ain't no he's supposed to go to jail. Ain't no nothing, no anger out, you know what I mean, with that on it. But
right.
A black man trying to do something positive. When there's anything positive towards a black man and his children, there's somehow it has to be pulled down and torn apart.
Exactly.
You understand? They had to be torn apart. And I would not be shocked if white people or the oppressors start that and not black people.
That's what I'm saying. They're really just echoing the oppressor's words. That whole nepotism thing. Listen, the whole thing called Nepo baby. That ain't something black people gonna say he a Nepo baby. What do you we see if you could get a link? We have, and that's the next comment I wanted to pull up. Black Rule 13 said, I was taught at a young age, it's not what you know, it's who you know. I'm gonna go to one further. I was taught at a young age, it's not who you know, but who knows you.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Like that's life. Like we happy to have a link inside. We happy. Listen, it'd be so part of us where somebody's father or mother working somewhere, they get the link. Hey, you think they could get me in for a summer job?
That's right.
Pull me in. Yeah. But people say bring your resume. It's all good. They're gonna push it through. What the hell? That's never been a problem for us.
Exactly. So you got Negroes. I'm telling you right now, that can't even do a layup. If their father was to get them in the NBA right now, they'd say, "Yeah, I'm good." They wouldn't turn it down and say, "You know, I'm not the best player." If them Negroes could get in the NBA right now, you know what I'm saying? Bad back and everything, bad knees. You know what I'm saying? Can't lay up, do nothing. If they can get in the NBA right now, they would do it, and they wouldn't feel no way about it. You understand? Right. Because guess what? They are getting put in a position, and it's the same thing going on. It go even in the streets when somebody front you a brick. I'm gonna just go all the way there, man. I gotta make it real for some of these Negroes, because there's Negroes in the street with LeBron James. They want to get mad with LeBron James and all this. But you hustling. You didn't get that brick because you worked hard for it. Somebody fronted you because you had money.
Somebody stood for you to get fronted.
Exactly. Somebody stood for you to get put on. You understand? A lot of you got put on because your older brother. You understand? You wasn't no real hustler, but your brother was.
Right.
And they put you in the game nonetheless. So don't front. Don't front out here like that. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with it? Yeah, of course you got all. It's cats in the streets that can beat some of the NBA players. We didn't seen them. Right. You know what I'm saying? But they never got a shot. Okay, right. But you understand that. But guess what? This is how life works. This is why with men rise to the occasion.
That's right.
You got a saying in the school: no excuses.
That's it.
We given a task. We can't go to the general with excuses. You understand? We have a problem. We have to attach solutions to those problems when we give our report. You understand? Yeah. And that's how men. That's how you rule. That's how you become in charge.
That's right. And I'm gonna come to your word in 1 second. They had Hamite who played for the Bucks. That Giannis Antetokounmpo or whatever the hell his name is. He got a brother on that team that can't do shit. He can't. He's so bad he can't even foul. He can't even foul somebody. The Hamite is horrible. Absolutely. They make highlight reels of the shit he be doing. And nobody say nothing about no nepotism there. Nobody say nothing about no family tie. Everybody understands that he's only in the league and on that team because of Giannis. He damn near didn't even play. I think people forget he's even there. But that's his brother, Thanasis or Thasis or whatever his name is.
Right.
He can't play no sport arc. He's only there because of his brother. But we buying into the white man's thing. Go ahead, Warrior. Salaki, brother.
Okay, sir. Salaki. 2 quick points, sir. The first point is I think Cat Mashak is finally accepting that LeBron James is the greatest of all time. That's a sidebar.
Hold on. I didn't say that. That's who we talking about.
The second point is, sir, they act like the NBA is doing LeBron James a favor, right? First of all, do you know that Saudi Arabia offered LeBron James and his son $1 billion to come over there?
Yeah. I need to
come on, sir. It's because they understand that the money is behind it. The NBA is about to make a lot of money off this. So they're not doing LeBron James a favor. Whether the brother is good or bad, they're going to cover it and they're going to make a lot of money off him. He is worth more than any draft pick they have right now because of who his father is. Because the work his father put in, they're not doing LeBron James a favor. You know what I mean? They're about to make more money. Like, he is going to be a cash cow, whether he's good or bad. Whether they're blasting him or attacking him or giving him praise, they're about to make money. So everybody acting like he's just some bum coming in and not benefiting the NBA is crazy because he's about to make them a lot of money. And Saudi Arabia saw it. That's why they offered him $1 billion.
Right.
If I could, I was gonna say just real quick, man. Like the scriptures say, one of the best attributes you can have, I believe, is wisdom. Is 5 of them, and wisdom of Solomon. One of them is, I believe, was prudence, right? And a part of it is being able to look ahead. Like, how far ahead can you look? Like when we talk about nepotism, like we done had a number done to our people to where we do not look far ahead.
Come on, man.
The next generation, like if you were to hear a lot of the stories from black people and just our people here in America, like thinking about, they'll go a whole life making tons of money and not bought one thing for the future.
Exactly.
Not one thing or thought of one thing of, let me get this for the future for my kids. Let me get this. That's not our thinking in this place. Like they done stripped our whole way. Like they done took our wisdom from us, man. And thank God for the scriptures, because like that's what we need. Like we need to be looking ahead.
That's right.
That's where we need to look.
That's right. And just go ahead.
So I didn't mean to cut you off, Cap. Salaki, Cap.
No, I think because Zach was going.
Oh, okay, Salaki.
Yeah.
Salaki. If I may real fast, so I just want to say, with that being said, y'all convicted me because I just want to give a shout out. My pops, if you happen to watch this, shout out to my father, my physical father, because he understood this concept very well. And it's because of him that I would have been able to be in positions on different slaves that I know I shouldn't have been in. But like Captain Khan was saying, men rise to the occasion. And because of it, because of him using nepotism, I've been able to learn so much that now, I can go somewhere and I can be qualified. But before, it was just, you only here because that's your father, that's your pops. And it was like, it's like, I'd look at it and be like, yeah, that's true. But after a certain while, guess what? I end up learning those skills. And like you said, rising to the occasion where it's like somebody feels comfortable calling me in place of him because of him giving me a chance to continue on the legacy. And I just want to say, like, man, if once again, the only way you can be mad at this is if you just never had it before. Yeah, exactly. Because this is just how life works. And I want to give a shout out to my pops because even what Captain Nayathak said and Captain Kapacha said, like the ability to prudence, to look to the future. I remember I always ask my pops, he'll do something. He'd be like, no, don't worry about it. He's like, I'm setting myself up for later. And we laugh because it's like, it's like, okay, what you mean? But in his mind, he legit is thinking about later. He's like, just know if I have to make a call, nigga, just know that call better be, it shouldn't be nothing because I set myself up for later. And so,
That's
like I
right.
say, I thank the Lord for having a father that helped me understand the things about life, because a lot of us don't get to have that experience to just understand. Like, it don't matter. The way you think life operates is not how it operates.
Exactly.
You understand? Like Captain Mashak said, this is our culture. This is really how we've always, you have what you have because of you knowing somebody, and that's not wrong. It's not wrong. It's just, this is the way life works, and we should have more if we had brotherhood. And you understand that I thank the Lord for commanding Yahanna, because he has shown me the other level. You understand? The next level. Where it's like, okay, I don't have to be blood related to any of these brothers. And if I get something where I get a leg in, best believe it's 4 or 5 UPK niggas coming behind me if I happen to get a leg in somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So y'all better not ever let the UPK get in nowhere, because we coming in deep. It's a lot.
Damn right.
Yes, sir.
Because I'll come to your Cap. Don't be mad at LeBron for pushing the envelope for his son. Be mad at the white man who made sure your father wasn't in your life.
That's right.
Be mad at your father who would have opened doors for you.
That's right.
The problem, you looking at it like, well, he has a father, so to level the playing field, LeBron has to act like he's not his son's father.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
How about you say the white man is the devil?
That's right.
That's
right.
That's right, Cap.
Because I'm gonna get one further. That's what the hell he did.
That's right.
Right.
Now, I ain't excusing the disrespect for his own father from his own mouth and men like Mayweather. But he knew he didn't have a father in his life, and he had to work hard. So hard that his name is mentioned right now in the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
He's doing for his sons what was not done for him.
Right.
Don't be mad at LeBron for this, man. Don't be mad at Bronny either. I don't care if he ain't score one basket. Be mad at the devil that took your daddy, man, that weakened your father, that made your father into something that, and then told you don't respect your father.
Right.
That's right.
Don't be mad at what this brother did, man. Don't be mad at that thing at all. It's absolutely crazy. Go ahead, Cap. Salaki.
No, it's just all saying is so heavy. You know what I mean? And this is proof that every black man is needed in every black.
Come on, man.
Right. You know what I mean?
Right,
the hell with the money. You all think we talk more LeBron because he has money. No. We're talking about it because what he did for his son. And he's in his son's life, just like every black man would like to be in their son's life. You understand? You black sisters listening to this show, you better, you know what I mean? You better, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Get rid of all that pride. You understand? Let that father deal with that son.
That's right.
Thank you. Say it again. Thank you.
Yeah, let that father deal with that daughter. You're better let that happen. You understand? I hear you all, and just to go sidebar, I hear you all complaining about a black man being in the White House. Ain't nobody saying, well, these oppressors practicing nepotism in the White House, right? Ain't nobody complaining.
That's right.
Ain't nobody saying, you know what I mean, they you know what I mean, the elites up here
exactly
is holding on to power. Through what? That same nepotism you're talking about.
Right.
They're passing that joint down. You think you're gonna rise to power in America on a whole, but you ain't crying about that. But guess who you'll cry about? LeBron.
That's right.
You'll cry about Mayweather. You'll cry about these, you know what I mean, black men on the whole. That's who you'll cry about.
Right.
You understand? I mean,
I could, sir. I could,
go ahead.
please.
Go ahead, Warrior.
I just said something that triggered something to me. He said the white man's the devil the Bible speaks of. Well, the white man rules the world. Isn't that nepotism?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, bro.
He offered Yahushua. He said, all these killings have been given to me, right? And he's giving it to his children. I mean, so the white man ruling over us in itself is nepotism. Salaki, sir.
If I could, man, it's what Captain Mashak was saying was so right. Captain Thought everybody has been bringing out some point, man. It's so heavy, man. And this is, sometimes you got to personalize these things as a man, and you got to ask yourself, those who are upset with, Bronny and LeBron, you got to ask yourself tonight, what am I leaving my children?
Come on.
What's the legacy? I want to put the ball in your hand now, in your court. What are you going to leave your children, your son, your daughter? That's what you got to ask yourself tonight. Like, that's how you should look, because once again, like I said, a lot of people don't have the skills when they get on these jobs. That's why you got the phrase on the job training. You ever heard of that? You ever heard that phrase on the job training?
Right.
That is what happens. You understand? When it comes to these types of situations, you got to ask yourself, once again, I'm looking at the comment, I'm seeing a lot of things on social media, and a lot of these things are coming from a place of pain for a lot of men. And it's unfair if you a 30, 40-year-old man that you would put this pressure on this young brother, man. I mean, it ain't his fault that his father LeBron James.
That's right.
You want to blame the young brother for his father being LeBron James. You understand?
Listen, good. Nobody was mad with P. Diddy making his son into King Combs.
Right.
P. Diddy, his son name is King Combs. He damn near passed the whole R&B entertainer thing to his son. Nobody was mad at that. They have the other son who played the football. Diddy got him on the damn team. You wasn't mad about that shit. The boy can't no football.
Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders, you all wasn't mad about none of that. No, they was mad about that, in fact, Salakia. They was mad about that thing with Deion Sanders, how he took his sons over. I'm seeing here this whole issue. If I could, right, if I could just segue here, cause Salakia, was you finished, brother?
Yeah, come, I was finished, sir.
If I could, this thing boils down to hatred of black men. That's all it was.
That's it.
Hatred of black men and nothing else. Because you have LeVar Ball, right? You have LeBron James. Let's get some pictures up. You got LeBron James. You got LeVar Ball with his three sons. They was mad at. Now I want to. Now they're saying that this thing here is nepotism, right? Now you'll bear with me for a second. Now I totally striking on this brother here, all his movies. I ain't going to watch nothing. I'm gonna wait till Bad Boys 4 gets streaming for free. For that it's Chris Rock. I ain't forgiving him for that shit. I ain't watching shit he do. But this movie, white people said this movie was trash. Movie, and this movie was about a father teaching a son how to survive in life by putting him on the path to the father's career.
That's right.
And the movie, Will Smith played the father. It's called After Earth. And he would not let his son ride on his name. He did not want nepotism. And you all hated the movie. LeBron, you all hate LeBron. What the fuck you want? You really want black men to remain absent so you could continue blaming us for Joe Biden's super predators. You just want black men to continuously just be absent so you can say we no good and we deadbeats and we this and we that and we horrible, and you could make all these excuses to quote unquote exterminate us so that you could just free to character assassinate us in your damn media. Right. Because what do you really want?
Exactly.
And listen, that movie was an excellent movie with the show how the young boy was struggling, trying to meet his father's standards, how he had to overcome his fear. And it would resonate with black people. You know why? Because the white man done took our fathers.
Exactly.
Yeah. If you notice, anytime there's a movie with a father and son interacting, it always does well. That Fences movie with Denzel Washington, this one, The After Earth, with black people I'm talking about, it does well with us. We like to see the interaction of a black father figure and a son. Q with Denzel, when he wanted to kill the whole hospital for his son, black people love that movie.
Exactly.
You know why? Because it's showing something you took from us.
Exactly.
And left a hole in our community, left a void in our community. So when we see it, we gravitate towards it. What this brother here is very symbolic, and black people should unplug from the white man's propaganda. Just plug your mouth from the white man's never end. Because everything he lets out, you taking in. Just detach from him for a second. So you could see beauty in something like this. And you would strive to have your own society where this is normal.
That's
this
right.
Normal thing, man.
That's right.
Absolutely normal. How many of us play sports, grow up playing sports, and the coach's son right there training with you?
Yeah.
The coach right there training with you, getting brought up with you the same way. This thing here, we have to really separate from the oppressor, man. We destroying ourselves at this point.
That's right.
And he can't do this. I'm coming to that. If he can't do this, what about the poor black father who just driving a truck?
That's right.
Right, that's right.
What about the black father who he save his money and he have a pickup and he have good them zero turn lawnmower machines and whackers? What about him? He can't pass it on. He can't pass the plumbing on to his son.
Right.
If LeBron can't do this, what hope is there for poor black men to pass on something they learn, a trade, a passion, pass on themselves? You wouldn't even let brothers pass on themselves to their sons. You took us out the house.
That's right.
This thing is way deeper than some disgusting, filthy draft and NBA. You have some fools in the damn chat talking about, well, they didn't even draft him. Nigga, basketball is not life.
That's right.
It's not life. And what God did there is bigger than goddamn basketball.
That's right.
Making a statement as a father, you're going to respect these niggas. That's what he will. But you can't see it.
That's right.
I'm right.
Nah, here, brother.
No. You I mean, you hit it all the park, the cap. And just to add the downside to a black man not being in the house, you're gonna open the papers and read one day, like this happened recently, where a white couple had 4 black kids as slaves. You understand? Where was their father? What did their father left them? That's how America wants you. You understand? Where there's nobody to protect you. So these bastards who really want to enslave black people could do it by just going and adopting children. You understand? I don't know if you all heard the story.
I heard it, Cap.
You understand? That's the whole play, to remove the fathers out the house. So now these predators, these real predators, these oppressors could get their hands on our kids and now enslave them.
And Salaki, if I could.
Just one more thing.
Come on.
I want to know if they're looking for any more of these kids. Because you know, if these people doing it, if these oppressors doing it, there's a lot of black people, a lot of black kids in slavery right now still.
Yeah.
Because you want to take the father out of the house. You don't want a father to leave no inheritance, nothing for their kids. Because these bastards waiting just in line to do this to your kids. So Lucky, come on.
No, what you're saying is so right, Cap. The scriptures say, how can you take the strong man's good unless you bind him? You go enter into a strong man's house unless you bind him. They trying to bind us with making us feel guilty about us putting our sons in a position.
Yes,
I'm gonna tell you, in UPK, we gonna practice nepotism here to its highest form. You know what I'm saying? You best believe it. You know what I'm saying? We get a ranch, you best believe everybody getting a cow. I'm keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? You better hope we don't get in some of these office positions. Somebody become, the city council. You may be looking at the new sheriff. You may be looking at the new sheriff right here. There's a new sheriff in town. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? With no experience, but I'll learn off of you. I'll learn off of practicing on you.
That's
the righteous way. You know what I'm saying? But it just goes to show you once again how they look at this whole situation. But But the Lord, man, he's a master teacher, man.
He
had to use basketball because a lot of you so caught up on bread and circus, you don't care about nothing else. So he said, I'm gonna use the most famous NBA player and use the situation with his son just to show you, just to get under your skin and show you what time it is. And that's what time it is. The time is for putting our people in a position where they can thrive, our family. And once again, you got to personalize it. You know what I'm saying? This is a watershed moment for a lot of men that may be upset with LeBron James. You upset with LeBron James? No problem. I want you to look in the mirror and ask yourself, what legacy am I leaving my son?
That's right.
What legacy am I leaving my daughter? Before you sit there and try to talk about him, you gotta, like the Bible say, get the what it say, get the beam out of your own eye. Okay, let's focus. No problem. He's an NBA player. He worked hard for his career and he got his son in a position. Now, what are you gonna do? You gonna leave your son excuses?
Right.
You gonna leave your daughter excuses? Or are you gonna work to put your children, your seed in a position? That's where you gotta take it.
That's right. That's right. If I could, just on the back of that, Cap, could I get Proverbs 13 and 22? Please. Let me get Proverbs 13 and 22.
Okay. The book of Proverbs, chapter 13 and verse 22. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children.
Say it again.
A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children.
Go ahead.
And the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just.
Let me tell you something, man. Everybody was mad, not mad, but disappointed when Magic Johnson's son chose the rainbow over the gold and purple.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody wanted to see what Magic's son would have been able to do on the court. LeBron making that dream come true for you.
Yeah.
He's LeBron has become a certified legend in the game, playing for a legendary team, and his son is following in his footsteps. That just from a worldly perspective, this is not spiritual. This is not going to change the hearts and minds of people. But this just for a brother in the world doing something for his son, bringing him up a certain way, handling that business. This deserves a hand. This deserves an absolute hand. You know, everybody look at damn DJ Khaled, we the best. DJ Khaled does always put on his stuff. Forget Saheed's father.
Yeah.
Saheed is his son.
Yeah.
And he has put Saheed father or father of Saheed or some shit like that. He's down, as you were saying, Kahan, who was talking about looking to the future? Is Kahan a warrior?
I think it might have been Kapai.
To the future, he's now setting it up that once his son get old enough to get on them turntables and scratch, now he could just follow suit and take over the whole whatever it is he building. Why is it only us? We have a problem. He averaging 5 points. Nigga, how much you averaging?
That's right.
How much 5 visits? Because you can't control some silly dummy you had sex with and had a child? How much you averaging?
That's right.
We have to take away something from this thing here, man. We have to take away something from this thing. The LGBTQ puts in everywhere and oppressing black people.
Right.
Yeah, they're putting the people in position everywhere.
That's right.
A problem with this?
Right.
Silly and simple. Salaki, I yield.
If I could, sir, quick. And what LeBron James is showing is what black people are not used to, and that's why they're against this, because black people have never seen power. I mean, LeBron James is showing what power does. White people do it all the time, and we accept it because we expect white people to have power. But we're not used to black people having power. So shout out to LeBron James, man. He's wielding power right now, and he is using power in the right way in terms of putting people in position. I mean, and if you, I say that to say, black man, if you ever get power, put your sons in position.
Exactly.
Let me just jump in real quick.
Come on.
Steph Curry was trash before what you see today. They wouldn't sign him. They said he was too small. He couldn't shoot as well as he did. And his father played in the NBA.
Yep.
Got on teams, and he got better. So I don't want to hear nothing about he averaging 5 points a game. You'll love Steph Curry now, but before you wasn't. He was nobody.
That's right.
Nobody. He couldn't find a team. Nike couldn't even pronounce his name. He was nobody. Salaki, go ahead. Whoever I think Sawab was up.
Cancer. And just to draw to the point, and coming into the truth and learning, to trump, white supremacy, it must have black supremacy. And as we see the brother demonstrating that now and passing down that legacy, and Commanding General Yahanna taught us something so valuable. In order for us, to trump white supremacy, we must have black supremacy. And this is where, see, brothers been raised up to. And, to be fathers, to teach their son, in order for us to really rule or to run this society, we must rise up as a people and as a nation. And as the brother demonstrate, passing down his legacy to his son and, showing him that, this is how we're going to, trump this. Because now, just as we say, we watch, Joe, bringing up his son into that position of white privilege. Now we see LeBron bringing up his son in this, position to black privilege. And this is why it's so important that we as people, as a nation, as you say, should really gravitate, or as you say, come into this, throughout the, as you say, Commanding General has been doing some since 1969, holding down the legacy that, righteous black men passed down as fathers. And this is something that we should hold on to. And again, in order for us, to trump white supremacy, we must, understand that black people have a legacy, which is black supremacy.
That's it. And
he said let's go from the white supremacy to the black supremacy. And it's true. It's absolutely true.
Salaki, could I get a scripture, Ecclesiasticus 40:28? And this is what they want. This is what the oppressor wants. You understand? He wants us to be divided between father and son. He needs that. That is how he keeps, us oppressed in this place. Because your father, he gonna gain experience in life, and he gonna be able to pass it down to his son and let him know you don't want to do this. You may want to do this. You understand? You know what I mean? So now you taking that, you want to take that away, and this is what the Bible had to say right here, Ecclesiasticus 40:28. You understand?
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 40 and verse 28. My son, lead not a beggar's life.
You for your son not to lead a beggar's life. A father needs to be in his life to teach him something, to pass something down to him. He needs it.
Right.
You understand? And he telling your son, my son, what?
Lead not a beggar's life.
But the oppressor wants your son to be a beggar. He wants your son to be dependent on an institution.
Come on now, sir. Come on now. Listen, now that they would rather see Bronny play and beg and get on TV and say, you're just not picking me because my father is LeBron. They would rather beg.
Yes, they'd rather see Bronny in prison bouncing basketball.
Right.
And say, well, LeBron, at least he tried. You understand?
Or blame him because his son failed. Just like Johnson. They would rather say, well, damn, you look like with Michael Jordan. How come your son, what was you doing? They would rather that. Go ahead.
Yeah, read on.
Can. For better it is to die than to beg.
A father could only teach his son this. A son could only learn this from his father. You understand? And you bastards, you all gonna see more black men standing up with their sons and their daughters. You
Right.
understand? The oppressor tried to rip that from us, try to take that from us. You understand? But we gonna stand up. You know what I mean? In the UPK under command of Yahanna. You know what I mean? We're gonna raise strong black men.
That's right.
Who ain't, you know what I mean? Who don't give a damn about money, but give a damn about passing down the shoot to their sons and daughters.
That's right.
You understand? Which is the real inheritance.
That's right. That's right.
So
we get something passed on to us from Commander John Yahanna, which is the ability to speak the truth and speak boldly and stand and defend black men, stand and defend black people. But definitely, the UPK has been a vanguard for brothers when the world done deem brothers, you know, a piece of filth and wrong. Right. And just now, listen, Bronny could grow up and turn into Dwayne Wade's son or marry some white woman. Don't try to come back and say, see, this is who you're supporting. You're an idiot. We're looking at the spirit of it and the optics and the imagery of it and what it does for our people. That's what we're looking at. I mean, I'm not vouching for his character and anything like that. I hear LeBron James talk about his father is disgusting. But this is something we could take away from. Salaki Khan.
And if I could, like you said earlier, Captain Shah, like you got to look at the records. This Bible is an inheritance.
Right.
The Bible say, the scriptures say that he give us the oracles of the Lord. He give us his covenant. You understand? And we don't deserve it. You forgot that part, right?
Come on.
You forgot that we don't deserve to be saved. You forgot that part.
Right.
You forgot that he had to send his only begotten son to get us out of this hell. You forgot that part though. Oh, you think you're worthy. You think okay. We can take it to a whole nother level with the Bible.
Right. We chose draft. We were wrong.
Yeah.
He get rid of us. Goddamn.
Exactly. Because we were not worthy. But because he's our father and he made provisions for us, even though we were undrafted.
Right.
And he managed to put us in a position to receive a crown because of our King Yahweh Shah. You
That's
understand?
right.
And like if you don't understand this Bible, you better look at Mattathias with his sons. You better go in the Apocrypha and look at how he got down and how he put his sons in a position. And they held that position. I mean, that created the Hashmonean dynasty, and their offspring were in charge when Christ came on the scene. You got to understand how legacy and dynasty is, how power is operated. But the problem is you don't know how power operates. You don't know how, but allow yours truly, the ISUPK, to teach you.
That's right.
To educate you on these different topics and to bring out different angles, like we do with so many topics. You understand? We understand that you have all the sports critics and everybody saying about the average points and all this and so forth, but understand the macro level of it when it comes to black people, to black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian people, so-called First Nation people. This is what we are supposed to do. This is how we get back our legacy.
That's right.
Is how you always talking about generational wealth. Well, let me tell you something. You go from rich to being wealthy through nepotism.
That's right.
Don't ever forget that. Wealth is a system. It's a system. I buy from this. You got Amalek. That they sell diamonds down in New York. They shake hands when they do a deal. They don't even, one bring the briefcase with the diamonds, the other bring the briefcase with the money. They don't even write a contract because they family been doing business for 50, 60, 100 something years.
Right.
They just shake hands and exchange the briefcase on good faith. Why? Because of family, because of nepotism.
Yeah. And Salakia Cap. Oh, this topic is so heavy, brother. Damn, yeah, I think we had a part 2 on this one because it fosters a certain amount of brotherhood and tightness amongst family. Because now, man, I remember you hired my son and look into the future. To a father, a brother is helping secure his son's future, where his son don't know how to be a beggar.
Right.
You do that, you help my son, I help your son, we help your daughter. Now the whole community is tied together. Now the whole community is tied in together. Somebody make it to somewhere. Who's going to be their agent? Who's going to be their chef? Who's going to be their physio? It had to be somebody from the community. Now you're seeing why every time these sports athletes and these singers and these actors have all these devils around them. You wouldn't even give it to your own flesh and blood right in you, and you feel bad about it. While they don't.
Yep.
They don't do that. They'll hire right down in the son, the daughter, whoever else, whichever actor. What's them actors in Hollywood is not Affleck. It's Michael Douglas and all of them.
Cook Douglas, yes.
So all of them is actors together.
Yeah.
And there's only one pulling them. Charlie Sheen and his brother. Like this is how this thing works. We don't understand it because you think like a white man. You talking about he averaged 5 points? You think like a white man. You are an oppressor to your own people. But guess what? Your son is going to need help from Commander General Yahanna, and that's nepotism.
That's right.
You're going to learn to love it. You're going to learn to love it. Yeah, I mean, can we write up on 12? I enjoy this show. I need to do another one. Listen, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. All them brothers should go and pull this one in and that one in and make a whole league. Because you know what's next? If LeBron was giving contracts to what's the brother who couldn't pass the basketball? J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith, the one with the eyebrow. Remember he brought him in? The big old tall one with the eyebrow.
Yeah.
He brought him in. I mean, if he could do that with them, and then he now doing it with his blood, brother, the NBA better do something because soon ain't gonna be no NBA, you know.
Right.
The N gonna stand for another word.
And Cap, he got another son, Bryce. And
Right.
they you know what I'm saying? They talking about how he is, and he good. That boy can play. You know what I'm saying? He right be 2 years behind.
You see
know
how
what I'm saying? And he's steady growing.
right. Like they better watch this stuff. Like this is going to send channels through the thing. Like they ain't gonna be mad at nepotism when Beyonce passed the whole thing to that Ivy girl.
Exactly.
They ain't gonna be mad at that. Don't be mad at this thing here, man. Let black men shine with their children, man.
All right.
We need it. And you see how if you look at him, he don't look shaken. He don't look scared. He don't have that thing that you would see now when that father is absent. Like that boy look good and stable.
Right. Sure of himself.
Exactly. He have that show because listen, that's the branch from the root, and he's seeing the root. He's seeing where he come from. So give him that self-assuredness. And that's what we miss, man. Yo, don't let this be about basketball, man. Let this thing be bigger than that. Because we need it. We need it. November coming around, and them devils, they're gonna put everybody, they're gonna put the dog in office over your dumbass.
That's right.
They're gonna put the dog in there to bark at you. The white man put a dog in the damn cop car. You do something to the dog, you get charged with a damn felony for assault in a cup. You wanna tell you be mad at LeBron for putting his son in office and on the team?
Right.
Them putting dogs over you.
That's right.
And you want to talk about points and he wasn't good in the draft, and shut your goddamn mouth.
That's right.
Man, listen, man, y'all gonna make me do something, say something here. Let roll to hell out, man. I'm done. Hell, I need to do a part 2 of this, man. Because I'm going to do it later. TikTok, I heard to go on TikTok, plus everybody else. Today gonna be Father's Day, goddamn it. It's gonna be today. Because I said shit. I'm done. Listen, a good show, man. I appreciate you all for coming on. I don't step next weekend, Atlanta ATL. They're gonna be down in the ATL, man, for the Atlanta Cookout Monster Weekend Pass. Planned Salakia. Then we have what coming up next? Detroit Midwest Fire Weekend. That's coming also. You all start getting it in, man. Go down there, support Commander General Yahanna. Going to be doing lectures. Going to be down there. General Hyman doing his classes. All you generals going to be down there. General Mayak, General Haas, General Shalma, General Katham, General Q. Everybody going to be down there. All the captains going to be down there. You all come through, support the truth, man. Listen, pay your tithes. ISUPK.com, 10%. Pay that thing in, man. Start putting aside money now for Passover, man.
That's right.
Yeah, man. Put aside money for that Passover. If it's $20 a week, put it aside, man. Let's get things planned up and secured, man. All you brothers there, keep them boots laced, man. Keep them boots laced and keep your mind ready to speak, man, because more things going to happen in these next few months. You're going to be able to blaze on that street and really educate people. You know what I mean? Come on, you want to jump in?
Come on, I want to say shout out to ISUPK, the Captain Yadazak down out in Texas. They got a nepotism boot kit. I think it was 20. They practiced nepotism when it came to the boot kit. They distributed it all across the camp. So I just want to shout out to them holding it down out there in Texas.
Real. I don't care what they say. We're going to practice that thing. Yeah, I need to find a new word because that nepotism, they make that thing sound nasty. It sounds like it's some kind of, deviance or something that I need a new word, not favoritism. You know what I mean? Forget nepotism, favoritism or something. Niggerism. Niggerism. Listen, we got to take a poll. We got to set up a poll. I'll talk to one of these technical brothers. We got to start to set up a poll. Put some words up and let people vote on the Twitter or whatever it is. We got to vote for the replacement for nepotism. Let them white people keep nepo baby and nepotism and niggerism. That's what we do it.
That's right.
So that's what the hell we do it. You know what I mean? So
I think the word you're looking for, the term you're looking for is the hookup.
Hookup.
Yeah.
That's it, man. Who got the hookup, man? So we're gonna rock, Lord Allah. We see y'all next week. You know what I mean? Again, crew gonna be down there in Atlanta. Y'all check it out. Y'all stay dangerous out there, man. It's gonna be a hell of a year coming through. Keep praying for World War III to happen because it's going to happen no matter when. Stay close. Keep your ear to the general. He gonna be dropping them jewels, man. Send them tithes and support the truth. With that, we're gonna roll out tonight, man. Yeah, thumb to everybody, man. Appreciate you all.
Get ready for an unforgettable experience at the Midwest Fire Weekend from August the 1st to the 4th. Join us as we bring together all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians under one banner for 4 days of powerful brotherhood and sisterhood.
I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived, they don't know how I did it. Got it out.
Day 1 kicks off with the Round Table with Truth podcast featuring Captain of 13,000 Mauquai. Also, we will be having a breakfast and sip event at 12355 Gratiot Avenue, Detroit, Michigan. Then, we will be having scripture breakdown with none other than 12 Shield General Muhammad from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Then later, we will be having game night. On August the 2nd, we will be having a street teaching and a food and clothing giveaway at the Detroit Transit Center from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Then you could join 13 Shield Commanding General Yahanna for a powerful discussion. Our demon is real and are they among us? From 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. After that, we will be having late night activities at our bar on 21530 Gratiot Avenue. On August the 3rd, we will be visiting the Charles H. Wright Museum from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. And join us at the Action Impact Gun Range from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. We having an album release party at Flood Bar and Grill for none other than Captain of 13,000 of Clyde Abaraya. Then, last but not least, we will be having the 7th annual Midwest Barbecue at Chandler Park from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. This is not like any other barbecue you ever been to. Bring your children, bring your family and friends. It's free food and it's a safe environment.
It's rolling on it. What is it?
Also, get you a room at our hotel for special rates. Book now for a comfortable stay close to all of the action.
Purchase your tracks today.
Support the Midwest Fire Weekend by donating to our GoFundMe. Visit the GoFundMe link in the description or scan the QR code to make a difference.
Boston, it made niggas regroup. Had to shed light on the false image. ISUPK whole court. Now who the fuck won scrimmage to?
We're getting ready to have a Midwest Fire Weekend.
The ISUPK Chicago coming at you once again to let you know about the Midwest Fire Weekend.
Came to speak to you about some events we're having in Detroit, Michigan. Fire Weekend, Thursday, August 1st to Sunday, August 4th.
Inviting all single blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians to our Midwest Fire Weekend.
And you know what it is. It's that time of the year again. It's the Midwest Fire Weekend, hosted by Captain 13th out Marquardt, August 1st through the 4th.
Real ISUPK Kentucky here to invite every so-called Black, Hispanic, and North American Indian to the Midwest Fire Weekend, Detroit, Michigan, August 1st through the 4th.
Tune into the Midwest Fire Weekend from August 1st to the 4th.
Don't miss out on this incredible event. Join us for the Midwest Fire Weekend from August the 1st to the 4th. Visit www.isupk.com or scan the QR code for more information.
Yeah, on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and their head with that shit. Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel, he nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill for me, nigga, watch yourself. They say you been in beast mode lately, you is not yourself. When you dropping that fire, precious marriage, they inquiring. They can't stop what's coming, but I see them conspiring. Cross the line, them firing. This bitch here, finna break the spin. No kindness, I don't trust you, circle small. You can keep your features. Me and my niggas don't keep no secrets. In the feel like Jeepers Creepers, say they want some smoke, dawg. So I brought these chimney sweeps. Coming like we coming, you can't even cap. These niggas don't run it like we run it, bitch, don't even start. Bitch, I'm with my niggas till the end, till death do us part. So if you wanna
like both.